Good. Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Continuing Wops are having a wonderful day on this 17th April 2025. Doing a lot better. A lot better. So let's see what we got. We got 200 gem and 90 soul for crown, which leaves us in rank 16. Rank 16. Good. Batch. My coin run the ball helped me get my first. Ooh, nice. Well, if you have already don't, thanks for input. Type focus. Not I have a question. If anyone has same, like, still legendary module is the biggest here right now. By milestone, I got them. Oh, my friend. So, okay, good. Good. So we have rank 16 with the crown. So let's check it out. I'll do what I must. You will try. Now, I'm having problem with this, the sword playthrough. Aha. Let's do this. Right. Let's do this. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Good. Okay, let's go. Perfect. Good. This. Perfect. 5 token. We're doing good. Oh, so I'm gonna restart. They're not giving me the. Giving me the what should we call it? What should we call it? They're not giving me the tournament. Okay, so we're rank 3. Ooh, rank 3, yes, but rank 3 in gold. Rank 3 in gold. We got rank 3 in gold, which is great. Got 260, which is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely good. Platinum, good. And we got rank 1 and gold, which is great also. Okay, good. Resume battle. No, just got a couple of things to do. Chancellor Palpatine is evil. From my point of view, Jedi are evil. Well, then you're lost. Do you want me to restart the sword? Okay. There you go. Perfect. Now I just need to do something. Perfect. And we're back. Click my mistake. Made the mistake. Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the controversial because we're having a wonderful day on this 17th April 25. Sorry there was no micro nature core today. We're dealing with a big situation, so please forgive that. It's not a big deal. It's a big problem. It's a freaking mess, but we'll be okay. So yeah. Okay, good. Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the controversial. Everything else having a wonderful day on this 17th April 2025. As you can see, we're not doing super well, but there's still a beautiful sunset. Let's film it, and let's film a couple of videos, right? Because I'll die. I'll rest when I die. Okay. Good. Nice. I'm sorry. Gotta do something. The worst. Let's put some music. That I can follow. You've turned against me. You've done that. You've already done that. Love is dark clouds across your mind. Oh no. I think the man. I thought it was mad at me. Should I was mad? Did I? This is the guy I like this. We see them in to mine, you empire, your new empire. Hell yeah, Anakin. My ambition to the Republic, to democracy. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. They said you're the next one, I'll do what I must. You will try, I will fail. You Anakin, I will fail, yeah. You're not a Jedi, I'll plenty to take over. Anakin, chance of blood, Palpatine is evil. That I point out, you, the Jedi are evil. And when you are lost, this is the end of you, my mouth. You're Anakin. I try to fall. You were the chosen one. You were the strong. Don't blink, yes, you're blank. Welcome to the Computer Show. Continuing on, having a fantastic 17th April 2025. As you can see, we're not doing really well. There's a good reason for that. We haven't posted yesterday nor today. So like I said, you guys know, we have a situation where I'm going to recap it because I don't think people are going to understand what I'm talking about. It's about a year ago, right? I'm going to do a very small recap because you guys heard this already. About a year ago, the company that I was working for closed. My boss, the owner, took his retirement, and because he took his retirement, the company closed, right? Now, we were offered a job in Naval, but it wasn't the same job. It was offered a new job, a renewal job. And so basically what happened is we didn't take it. I didn't take it because it was far. It was really far, and it was mid lease, rental lease agreement. So I took it in French because we talked in French this morning. So now I didn't take it, and it was too far. I was like, am I willing to give up my life, to give the rest up to my life? Sorry. The girl I like, she's texting me, so it's been a blessing. It's been really a blessing. So yeah, so I go in, and they're telling me, hey, I received a bill yesterday, and the bill is 13,000. And they said you have to pay it, right? So, of course, I freak out, which is normal, I believe. And then they're telling me that, hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the one that you will destroy. I'm gonna restart this because I feel like I'm a mess. Okay, let's finish this. Whatever. So, I'm sorry, guys. It just, you know, in our situation is even worse. So, I'm really worried. Right? I'm really stressed. So then, what ended up happening was they're saying that because I didn't take the job in Laval, I voluntarily quit, and now the money that I've made with unemployment, which again I was allowed to because I worked for 8 years, so they give you money. They give you a certain amount of weeks, which is 45 weeks, to find a job. Right? And I used this to film some content because I was like, you know what? No matter what, I'm going to be enjoying a small vacation because, again, I've been working there for 8 years. So I wanted to do some content. It's my dream, right? So, so they're telling me that I owe $13,000, $202. $13,202. Yeah, and then they're like, okay, well, so I'm freaking out. Thankfully, I kept in touch with some of the boys from work, and we were 10. Out of 14, we were 10 head with this paper. I'm the number 10. So everybody that didn't work got hit with the paper that, hey, yeah, so you owe money, right? Some of us it's 12,000, some of us it's 13,000, some of us it's 6,000, depending on how much we take, right? So then they tell me, hey, you have to reimburse that, right? They said that my reason for not taking the job was not valid, right? We're starting at 7. By the way, we're starting at 7. Okay, we're starting at 7 o'clock. I have to do the house at 5:30. So a place I don't even know. I have to pay for 2 bus ride, right? And if they asked me to move, there was no guarantee for the work. There was no guarantee for the job, you know. So I called the guys, and we have bills. And now, ultimately speaking, and again, maybe I'm sharing too much information. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I do not give a single fuck. It's the guy, they want to take it legally. They want to do a court action lawsuit. Now, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be kind, but it's such a mess because most of these guys, they don't speak French nor English. It's either Romanian or Russian, you know. So now it's gonna be, hey, this guy said that. I have to translate it. Is that really what he said? Is that really what I'm trying to say? Are you really translating well? And it's gonna be a mess because it's 10 different people that are. It's 10 different people that have to pay the bill. 10 different people that we have to help, you know. Now I'm lucky. And again, I'm gonna sound so selfish and so narcissistic, but that's not the point. I'm lucky because I've had experience with unemployment. I've had experience with that, so I kind of know how it works. But that's not the case for everybody. So I understand the system a little bit, enough to navigate through it, but not enough to explain it. You understand? So yeah. So then when they get to the court of law, now my father, first, I called my mom, I called my dad because it was important for me that they didn't know what's up. It was important to me that they understand that this was something that was going on. And my father, I went to my father this morning to solve this, and he was calling, and it was so disappointing because I love my dad, and I know deep down he's trying to do well. I know he's trying to do well, but he's giving up. He's giving up face. Like, let's pay the bill. And I'm like, because 3 weeks ago, I received a call, right? And they were saying that, and Shao, my best friend, was like, hey, dude, did you get a call from CRA, which is Canadian Revenue Agency? And I was like, no. But the reality is I received a call, I just didn't answer, because I thought it was a scam. But they were serious, right? Then, when I got a call, they were saying, one of my parents were saying, don't worry, you quit. You left, you didn't quit. And then, you know, now that we have a bill to pay, now there's pressure from the government, he's giving up. And I understand that if I have to pay, I'm going to pay. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know. It's 50,000 that I don't have. I do have some money in the bank. I'm at 4. There's still 9 more. So I got 100% of 300% of what we need. And yeah, it's bad. It's bad. My father was giving up, right? And was like, hey, you have to pay. My mom, she was a bit more understanding. She said, hey, let's pay now. And then when you have to, if you want to contest it, at least you pay. They'll reimburse you if you're. I know I said in English, if you win your case, if you have a game code, which is win your case, I guess, they'll reimburse me. And I was talking with Anna, a girl I really like, and she was saying, hey, all right, you're worried, why did you plan before? And she's the only person I kind of told, her and Parky. But Parky is younger, so he doesn't understand, you know. And it's hey, you need to pay that. I received the bill yesterday at 5 o'clock. So of course there's way to pay. There's way to pay long term. Don't take money out of my pay every single time, right? Which I understand. If I owe, I owe. The problem is I don't owe, right? Now what really happened is when we were quitting, they had a reunion for us, right? It was important, right? And they were saying like, hey, you need to have. Are you willing to work with us? And I said no. Now this can be seen as a refusal to work, right? But now, the biggest problem that I have is I like to consider myself smart. I like to consider myself clever, witty, but I don't know shit about justice system. I don't know shit about that. So they use a lot of legal term, for example, instead of using the term a new job. Now technically, how do I remember this? I don't. I filmed it. I didn't film it, but I was filming. Because again, to me it was important. It was the cessation of work. It was talking to the bosses of my boss, you know, so it was important to me. I was filming a lot because it was emotional. You know, you work at a place for 8 years and then it stops. And I was watching it today and using a lot of legal term, i.e. Transfer instead of new job. Transfer is important. They said, can you do it by bus? I was like, no. That's also a refusal to work. Because I can do it by bus, I just can't do it at 7 o'clock. Right? I just can't do it at 7 o'clock, so I would have to work from 8. I would have to work from 8 to 4, which is 7 hours. Because you have your break and you have your lunchtime, right? We're working for 7 hours, but I have 6 hours of back and forth to do. You know? Now what they're not saying is it's a different system. So we use the buses, the city bus, which is SCM, Montreal Transport Society. And now we have a Laval, and this is Laval Transport security or something like that. Yeah. No, it's Montreal Transport Society, and then it's Laval Transport Society. So I have to pay $200 per month just by bus. But legally speaking, they would have the upper hand, right? Now I did call this morning, and we're talking about the company, how it closed and it wasn't transferred closed, and the government didn't know that. But the reality is, I talked to a secretary, and again, all my friends were secretary. My mom is a secretary, but it's different. It's different. It's not the same thing. It's not. You don't know the whole documentation, right? You're a secretary, so I don't know. I have no clue, you know. And also this morning, I recorded everything. So the very first call, amazing. The girl was really, really, really helpful. Really helpful. That she transferred me to someone, and sadly, this person was a bit less professional. I felt like I was sleeping, you know. So I don't have a inkling of what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So today we have some news. I'm just feeling better today. Feeling better today. It was overwhelming this day because we had the meeting with the boys from work. Once again, the boys who have to pay, you know. It was overwhelming because this guy had an ID. You know, this guy have an ID, and this guy doesn't have an ID. This guy doesn't understand. This guy we have to translate. Now, stop. I didn't understand that. So it took us 3 hours, and I can honestly say there was no conclusion, you know. It's overwhelming. Now, I'm feeling a bit better because like I talked to people. I talked to Anna, I talked to Parky, I talked to my mom, my dad, you know. It feels really good. But I'm faced with a situation, you know. And the situation is guilt because, you know, I can possibly get away from that because I don't drive. They can't. The guys can't. You know, the guys can't. Some of these guys can't. So I could say my own ass, but at what price? And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, dude, they wouldn't care about you." If they could say their own ass, they would. Maybe, but I'm not that kind of guy, you know. So it's tough. It's really tough. It's not pleasant. You're kind of an asshole because you didn't do something that you wanted to do, and you're also an asshole because, well, at the very end of the day, you were giving an opportunity to help yourself and you didn't, right? So damn if you do it, then if you don't. I'm an asshole because I didn't help. I'm an asshole because I got fucked over because I wanted to help and I couldn't, and I put myself in trouble, you know. And then yesterday on the phone, I was my father, my mom. My mom, she became very stressed, and she was repeating herself, "Calm down, Steph. Calm down, calm down." But the reality is, and I love my mom. It's not her fault that she was saying this because she was stressed herself, you know. So you know how you talk to yourself, and then calm down, calm down, calm down. Then you know, it was tough because this morning my father wants to give up, and it sucks because I love my father. I love him to death, you know. But you give up. You gave up. You don't have an ounce of fight in you. You know? Oh, we need to pay. Bro, you didn't even contest it. You understand? I don't know what to do. This morning, and my mom, last night, it really felt like I was in charge. It really felt like I was trying to calm them down. I had more leadership. Again, it's not the plan. I wanted to understand. And then my father asked the question, "Hey, what did you try to do by calling your mom and myself?" I was trying to beg, you know. First of all, even if they lend me the money, I still have to pay them back. First of all, second of all, I'm freaking out. I'm gonna call my mom. She's gonna give me a version. I'm gonna call my dad. He's gonna give me a version. I have no fucking clue what to do. You know. No, it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. It was overwhelming because the way I feel is that even if my dad this morning on the phone, I wanted to call with him because maybe he knows something I don't know. But my dad was a part of a union, right, for the city of Montreal, which is a big union. And I felt like it would have went better if I was on my own because he kept interrupting. Now I don't mind if he interrupts me, but it's not he interrupt people, you know. Like again, you're gonna sound so picky, but guys, this is $13,000. I don't have that money. Like the woman on the phone, she was giving us a number to call, and my father had a pen and the paper. Instead of writing the number, he wanted to ask a question that had nothing to do with it, right? And she repeated the number 3 times. I can't make her repeat again. Because I listen. My father, I don't know if he listened, but at the same time, dude, she's talking to you, she's giving you information that's important. Do you have a question? Okay, wait after. Understand? You know? But then, it's not his fault. I could have taken the note in itself, but I don't know. I feel like scrambling down. I feel like it's crumbling down. And there's people that are trying to help. but they don't have the same mentality, and now I have to keep quiet because those people are trying to help. But it's rude to have people trying to help you. You don't listen. But then at the same time, if you're talking something that doesn't make any sense, one of the guy yesterday, out of the 10 guy, one of the guy called the mother house, which is Metcalf Aluminium. He called them and he was like, "Hey, guess what? We're gonna sue you. We're coming after you." So now, if I do contest it, they'll have time to gather proof that I did. You understand? Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cannot do videos tonight. I'm not in a good mood, so love ya. Use them to yourself. Nothing from me. I'm already done back. This dark cloud will taste your mind until now. Till now. Don't link issue welcome to the commentary show. Here's the new off on this 17th April 2005. Today we're reviewing an application. We're reviewing. I think I was gonna sneeze. We're reviewing Temple of Shadow, which is Naruto's game. It's a great game. There's a lot of characters from Naruto. The graphics are pretty freaking cool. I have to say that I'm a fan of the graphics. There's every single ninja you can think about. What I really do like is it's a gacha game. There's fodder to increase your real hero. So you have those intricate hero. For example, some of the characters, and what I really enjoy is you have the different characters. For example, you have Naruto teen, Naruto adult, and Naruto Kage, right? You have 3 versions of Naruto. And you have Naruto 6-stage path. You got Naruto Kuruma. You have, it's amazing. So on that note, it's good. They even do, like, for example, now is a special. It's Minato Flame Arashima. So this is a collab between Naruto Ninja, well, not Ninja Storm, it's Temple of Shadow and Demon Slayer, right? That's really good. The game itself is nice. You have your classical, you have some raid, you have arena, you have the battle tower. So it's really, 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 really nice. It's a lovely game. There is some negative about it. I'm trying to do it under 2 minutes review. There's some negative about it. The story is not good. I know what's going on in the story because I watched them. I read the anime. I read the anime. Wow, I read the manga. So I do know what's going on. If I didn't know, I wouldn't know anything. Also, I understand. It feels like a cash grab a little bit because, for example, right now we're finding Zabuza, right? But they're putting character like Gaara, they're putting character like Madara, they're putting character like Orochi, Kabuto, Sage form, and it's just sad because you're like, dude, if I don't know who these characters are, like, wait, Kabuto Sage form, that kind of like a spoiler in itself, right? Now in the game, it's so nice because you have every single character, but they definitely feel like cash grab. So they'll give you every single, I think, 2 or 3 days, they'll give you a new character, which is super entertaining. But you have 100 shard needed, they'll give you 1 for free. Right? And you can't do for free 100. So you have to buy. You have to buy every single character. So that's a shame. The game is fun. There's a lot of new content. There's a lot of concepts that are really cool. There's a lot of things that we understand. The level up system, the rebirth system. You don't get penalized. The ranking system. For example, what I really enjoy is gonna have a Naruto, which is an A+ team that has Naruto 6-stage path 3S. So it's really fun because you see how it evolves. For example, right now my strongest character is my guy. I know what you're saying. My guy sucks, but I have my guy 8 gates. So that's when he fought with Madara. So in this case, it's actually really good. They have a ranking which is A+, S, S-, and S+. S+ is the maximum. Now this is great. Another complaint that I have is I really like a game. I really enjoy a game where it's a shame. I really enjoy a game where, for example, I have Itachi. And to transform into a better Itachi, I need 3 Itachi. I really like diffusing the 3 of the same character, but now they're having you have fodder characters. Now the fodder characters, the problem with that is you're focused on having a team, right? So, for example, I really like my guy. I sacrifice 3 really good ninja to increase my guy, right? Now the problem with that is, it itself is not a problem, but the problem with that is you're in a position where you just sacrifice these 3 strong ninja. Now, for example, we have the same problem with DC Dark Legion. For example, there's this guy who is a healer, and you cannot stop him from healing. So every single time that he's trying to heal, then you're in a position of, fuck, I can't stop him, That's a shame. But the game in itself is fun. I wish it was more narrative. I wish it was better put. Like, I don't care about giving me the same ninja over and over again to beats, right? At first, give me some ninja. Worst of all, give me some Shadow Clone Jutsu. I do not care. And then as much as the story increases, you get all the villain, right? Which is cool. Now, I'm gonna do one positive, not negative. Another really positive thing. I absolutely love the design of Teen Naruto. I like the design of adult Naruto. I like the design of Sage Naruto. I do not like some Okage Naruto. So what I could have a strong Naruto, Seven Okage, right? But in different form. So you get really to choose the ninja that you want, which is really cool. That's pretty much it, honestly. It's a fun game. One of the last negative, there's a function which is auto battle, which costs money. The other thing that you want for auto raid or raid system, it'll cost money. So once you buy them, the whole game, and it lasts the whole game. So it's like buying a no ad pack, right? Which is something that you want to buy. But at the same time, you have A, B, and C. You're ending up paying for A, B, and C. Where some of the game you only have to buy A and D, you know? And they're kind of expensive. I paid the auto battle, it was $8. Which I don't mind, but it's a system that should be able since the very beginning. For example, I'm playing another game right now, which is Epic 7. And auto battle is something that you get from the get-go. So there's some systems that should be free that are not free. And I don't feel like the game is very generous, right? That's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your boy, welcome to the Commentary Show. I think you all having a wonderful day on the 17th April 2025. Today we're talking about DMC, the Netflix series, and the rebirth of interest for the series. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of DMC. I've been a fan of DMC for years. I don't know, all I have video on why DMC, but I never imagined that people would get back to it, right? So the reality, in my opinion, people can get mad at me for saying that, but I don't care. The three first game aged terribly. The first game, the story is so good, but the graphics, they aged badly. The second game, nobody likes it. The third game is amazing. The third game, in itself, is one of the best of the narrative. So, narratively speaking, my favorite is possibly the fourth, the third, and the fifth, right? The third and second position is amazing, but they age really poorly. And the problem with that is Capcom, which is in charge of Devil May Cry, did a remake, which is the Devil May Cry remake. And it changed the story a little bit. The people, just because they didn't like the Dante design, decided, you know what, fuck you, I'm not going to play it, right? Which kind of sucks. However, there is an however. There's an however, and the however is quite a nice one. With the DMC series, a lot of people realize how much they miss the DMC. And the DMC series, I did a review of it, but I want to do another review because once again, I did a review, I did a review defending it, and I did a review game-wise by putting in some cameo or Easter egg. It really rebirthed the. So there's a scene in the one and the. There's a scene right where you meet with Devil. You meet. I am so sorry. Again, to the high ground. Do for the rest and make my dollar. A few. Can you break your anymore? Can you break my heart? Let me stop loving you. But you're going down the path I can't follow. Do what you do to me, do, but good on you. There you go. I was nervous because I didn't like the lighting. Now we glad the lighting were good. Just the fact that, see, in my mind, okay, so it's complicated. In my mind, Devil May Cry is definitely underrated series. So, like, I did talk about this before. And please understand I'm a fan of Devil May Cry, so now I'm going to talk shit. But I don't mean anything negative by it, right? So, the perfect thing about Devil May Cry is that the combat system is really fun. You can switch a weapon, you can switch them, you can have combat style points, you can have a easy mode, a medium mode, a hard mode, a Dante must die mode, and they're really hard, and there's a lot of replayability, right? However, these games don't last long. Like the first one is an hour and a half, the second one is 4 hours, the one I think is 7. The fourth is about, I would put it at a generous 9 hours, yeah. The fifth is 11. We play all of those games, by the way. So what ended up happening is that even the fifth one, you can beat the game with 3 characters, which is Dante, V, which I don't like him at all, and Nero, you know? So it's phenomenal, and I like the fact that the 3 of them have such a different playstyle, right? Dante is more brute strength, Nero is more so versatility, and V is more so support. So V is super strong, V is super strong because of his summon, but without the summon, he's shit, you know? So you have to be careful with what you're doing and how you use your cooldown and shit like that. But with the game, in the third game, I think it's in the first game actually, how it starts, there's this pizza scene, right? And there's women that come in and fuck up the pizza. There's the same scene with a strawberry milkshake, and it's nuts. It's really nuts because within the game, I also play Devil May Cry Peak of Combat, which Devil May Cry Peak of Combat has great thing, but horrible thing at the very end. At the very end, there was something that I just can't embrace. I just can't fuck with. You know, they're not good. So yeah. For that being said, I cannot. Well, okay. So a game like a Netflix series like Arcane really brought a lot of people to play LoL or League of Legends, right? And that's amazing. That is amazing. But League of Legends is a game that a lot of people are gonna rage quit. A lot of people are gonna say it's too hard, you know. So that's nice. At the same time, you know, a game like Devil May Cry, I think it's more accessible. I think there's a renewal. Now, the ultimate thing I would love would be another game, because the last game we saw it's in 2019. This is the first series I'm going to play on when I come back to streaming, which is either this week or next week. I don't know when, but it's going to be this week or next week. Condense the Lord, Palpatine is evil. So yeah, so with Devil May Cry, it's just the amount of people that are coming back to the game, the amount of Easter egg, the amount of people that remember them. There was another case, which is Legacy Kain, right? And Legacy Kain, it's like one of those great games, one of those a hidden gem, but it's a game that nobody remembers. Nobody remembers this shit, right? Now they're remaking it, which is great, but nobody remembers shit. You know, there's this. When you think about the retro game, you think about. I don't know you. I do not know you. When I think about retro game, I think about the same game. We're thinking about the same game in most cases, you know. So yeah, so with Devil May Cry, it's just fun to see a renewal of the series. I've seen a lot of TikTok for the series. I'm seeing a lot of people bring back their love. It's cool again to like Devil May Cry, and you're not seeing like as a boomer. And even if you're seeing as a boomer, who gives a shit, right? It's just a fun thing. It's just a fun thing to see some love. I'll be completely honest. I did watch the Devil May Cry the first series, and it wasn't bad, but the animated series is a lot better. A lot better. I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. So you're taking the Devil May Cry, which is I don't know when it was released, but it's a really rough world versus the animated world, and the animated world was so much better. It was just so much better, you know. And the Easter egg, some of them are really simple. They're very cool. For example, the fact that he's bringing bosses. He's bringing Neo Virgil. He's bringing Neo Virgil. He's bringing the Mandragora. He's bringing the Twin. Right. I would have loved to see Cerberus, but then gonna be a second season. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. Don't blink, it's your boy, welcome to the Commentary Show. I'm doing well to have a wonderful day on this 17 April 2025. Today we're reviewing my very first thought on Epic 7 Origin. So our Epic 7 Origin, the reason why we're playing it, there's a why we're playing it, but there's also a review in there. Epic 7 was a single gacha game. And we're playing a Shinra gacha, we're playing Tokigo, which is a gacha, we're playing Archetype, which is a gacha, we're playing DC Dark which is a gacha, we're playing You Will Try, I Failed, You Anakin, we're playing DMC Peak of Combat, which is a gacha, and then we had a game which is Epic 7. I had no clue what it was, but I gotta say, I played for 3 hours yesterday, and I gotta say I'm really loving the game. I'm really loving the game. It's fun. The story is good. I would have preferred a English dub because I have to translate everything. There is original voice actor, which is fantastic. Give me a game where there's actual people that are talking. I fucking love that. Also, in the game, it's really fun. For example, we had a character which is a nun, but she's crazy and she has like this huge mass, and she's like what should you call it? You know when you're turning like a Beyblade. I know it's not a Beyblade, but still. So it's so cool. The story in itself is nice. It does seem to be a bit on the edge of Waifu City, which is a game where the story isn't that good, but then you got waifu after waifu after waifu after waifu, and then the game in itself, where you got waifu, it's fun. It's fun per se, but it doesn't. I'm talking about other games, but it doesn't feel the nostalgia. For example, right now I'm older. I'm 22. I'm talking to a girl that I really like, and all of those games, like they're planning on you being lonely and single, right? If you're in a relationship, you don't need those, right? And so I just thought it was phenomenal. I just thought it was super cool to see. I just thought that, and again, we didn't play a lot, but the system seems super nice. They're very generous with the rewards. We had, I think it's face summon in one day. Now, of course, it's going to be rarer. But yeah, so it's super nice. We'll play more of it. But once again, the graphics are phenomenal. I'm really enjoying the graphics. I'm really enjoying the work that they put in. It seems like they love the game. However, there is some time that it's complicated. It's a bit complicated to follow. Now we play when I was tired, but still. Cases like where there's flashback, but they don't really tell you that it's flashback. There's no ink that is flashback, so you're just like, what's going on? Or there's constant flashback coming back, right? It's so cool, because it's so cool, but so bizarre. Because you have the main character, which is basically Guardian and Heir. So basically what his story is, that's super cool. You got heroes, right, that are fighting, and they're always fighting against a demon. So when they lose, they lose. Now, there's some of these guys that are real warriors, the Guardian and Heirs. So Guardian and Heirs, the Guardian are beasts of the goddess, which is the strongest being in the world. And once you're chosen, have a battle. Now, the cool thing about this is, if we lose to the demon, we restart the timer. We restart before the war. The weird thing about this is, everybody survives except for the Guardian. So that's a really cool story. I'm loving the interaction. It's fun. Like I said, it's really aiming towards a waifu system. Right now, we're at chapter 3, and there's been a total of like 3 male characters out of the whole bunch. So super cool. And that's pretty much it. So really cool game. Gotta say, I'm really impressed. Let's see more. Of course, I'm giving you my advice, my opinion about after 3 hours. So not enough in my opinion, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But you're going bad, I can't follow. No bad, no back, I love you. Cloud is our cloud to touch your mind and you'll know. Come the very thing you destroy. Don't lecture me. Obi-Wan, I see through the light of the Jedi. Let me tell you, and again, my allegiance to the Republic, the democracy. Da-da-da. To take over, Chancellor Palpatine is evil. Or evil. The chosen one, you know that she will destroy you. $609. Checking double. I lose much in my heart. You. It's all herself. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Computer Show. Having a wonderful day on this 17th April 2025. Today we are tasting some delicious chocolate. We are tasting. Oh, you see how dark it is? You see how dark it is? This is my. I got 2 more videos. That's it. Sure, tasting Laura Secord almond chocolate. My Easter chocolate. So super excited about that. Let's have it dig in. Let's have it dive in. Let's try it out. I love chocolate, and I had a couple of rough days, so that sweetness will really be good for me. Sound like an addict. I am an addict. Thanks for noticing. Thanks for asking. Thank you. So super excited to try it out. Laura Secord, you guys have. I'm not gonna talk about a story that I have with Laura Secord every single time, but Laura Secord have a very nostalgic place in my heart. And an experience that we had in family, which was really cool. One of the only things that we did in family. So Laura Secord, baby. And overpriced, delicious. So it's roasted almond milk chocolate, right? So it seems pretty run of the mill, and then pretty run of the mill could be something delightful. So without further ado, let's go. So again, nothing exciting about these. There's nothing special about it. Your chocolate is pretty normal. And it's actually quite good. But again, nothing mind blowing. No. What is exciting instead is the almond. You think the almond is there to be pretty crunchy. And I wish it was a bit more crunchy. I wish there was a texture to like the whole thing. Texturally speaking, it would have been nice. However, what I really enjoy when tasting them, there's hints of almond here and there. Which I really like. Nothing great. Nothing bad. Pretty good. Again, I'm like completely crazy here. Probably insane, but really take the skin of the almond. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Computer Show. Because we're having a wonderful day on this 17 April 2025. We're going to do two subjects today. The first subject will be how I miss gaming, and how mobile gaming has been the road to recovery. So I think we can all agree, gamers united. Gamers united, guys. I think we can all agree when we say we sometimes have gamer burnout, right? I think we all suffer from that. I think every single person in here. Oh, 54. We almost had a disaster on our hands. where we reached an hour. I think we can all agree we had gamer burnout, right? And I gotta say, because I'm streaming every single day, because they're making content every single day, it's been a lot of gaming. Like, I think it's actually weird in a sense. And well, this video is called How I Got My Love Back for Gaming. So I think there's obviously a kind of unintended, understood way of saying I lost love for gaming because I gained it back, so I lost it in the first place. I think gaming itself was part of my life for the absolute right reason, the perfect reason. So I've got ADHD, as you can tell, and gaming has always been this underconscious thing that we do, right? So I'm watching this movie, I kind of focus on the movie, I'll focus on the game, but I still watch a movie, right? So you're getting both at the same time. It's just great. It is just phenomenal. It is just a blessing in disguise because you're getting the whole thing, right? And you're focused enough. And instead of being on medication, which I was, you're finding alternatives or healthy alternatives. So one of the alternatives was working out, which used a lot of energy. Another one was to use the gaming as a way. For example, right now we're playing the tower 3 times, right? So of course I have to focus on these, right? So am I truly focused on making a video? Absolutely. I'm just hyper focused on doing both, right? But it was beneficial in my life. I can truly say that gaming was beneficial. Now, especially in most cases, I didn't have the most social life. I didn't have the most social experience. I didn't have an understanding of how other people felt because I was never around other people, you understand? But gaming in itself taught me a lot. For example, I see a lot of people nowadays, and I'm so grateful for that, and I'm so happy that this is even going on. But I'm seeing a lot of people today that are experiencing a growth or an understanding or valuable life lesson through anime, right? Which I'm also a fan of. I got real life lessons from gaming. My role model were characters in games. I was feeling the experience, right? And this is why we're falling back in love with gaming. So it went. And then gaming was always stuck on my mind. So weirdly speaking, we started gaming a lot when I went to the apartment, when I was 20, 21 years old. We were gaming a lot. We were gaming 10, 12 hours a day. Emulator, name it, right? And then we kind of started to game less, but still games. We were gaming as much, but a bit less. And then it was a period of my life where, and I think it's insight, I think it's maturing, I think it's realizing that, okay, well, this is your new reality. My new reality was very simple. It became Borderlands. In multiple ways, more than one. And even then, right now, and this is the crazy part, this is the absolute crazy part. Now we're playing the tower, and I love the tower, don't get me wrong, we love the tower, right? However, the tower does, at times, feel like, well, oh, I fucked up. So sorry guys, we made a mistake, I pressed the wrong button. The tower feels at a time where we're gaming, we're not really gaming. So it's an AFK game that I'm watching in the background. It's fun to watch, but am I constantly going to be paying attention to the screen? No, of course not. So I think in these cases, I think that it's a blessing because once again, you're doing what you want. You're also doing something in the background, right? My love for gaming with Borderlands was completely crazy. Borderlands was one of these experiences that with Insight is a unique experience. Borderlands were gaming. So Borderlands does have good narrative, but it's not the main force of a game. So I'm talking about like Borderlands 2, like the narrative is amazing, but are you playing Borderlands for narrative or are you playing for having fun? You're playing to have fun, right? So with a game of Borderlands, it was just mindless gaming. So hey, I pick up this weapon, I have to fight off these people. There's RPG elements, so even if I die, I get stronger, and then I just have to, give me a sec. I just have to get stronger, right? Now, in most cases, this will be good for a while, but I fell in love with Borderlands so much because of that concept, because of the fact that I don't need to be invested. I think this is the beauty of Borderlands and how it saved us. I think Borderlands in multiple ways was a game that allowed us to be like, hey, you're gaming, but you're not really gaming, you're not invested, right? You're still what you want. For example, right, I would always play with Axon. I would use a assault rifle and I would just go in and shoot, throw a grenade, use my skills, which was just fun. But what was I really playing, for example, on a game that was more narratively driven? Was it a game like Elden Ring? Was it a game like, I don't know, like Dark Soul or like Devil May Cry? We're playing right now, Devil May Cry. No, it wasn't. It was a bit more relaxed, right? So this is my very first experience of a bigger game when I was playing, not really playing, but playing. It was so good that we... I wish I was joking. We played a pre-sequel. I bought the SM Collection, so pre-sequel. The second one, I bought the first one. So we played the 3 games together, and then a couple of days, or a couple of weeks, I don't remember, after Borderlands 3 came out in 2019, then we played it. And then we started streaming. One of the first games I played was Borderlands 3, right? And when we started streaming, I went back to gaming. But again, the gaming was in an aspect where I missed it, but it was also work, because it was like, okay, well, I need to be entertaining, right? A great thinker once said, if you're a good streamer, you can carry a game. If you're a bad streamer, the game will carry you, And I'm trying to carry the game. But we played heavy hitters too. So what I'm trying to say with that is, it was gaming to game. And the problem also with that is, I find, is because I want to stream every single day, I'm playing game every single day. And one of the various problems that I had, which led to a burnout of gaming, was that I kind of love passion for gaming, right? So we have to channel. Now, with the channel, if I want it to work, I have to maintain a upload, right? So in the algorithm. So I need to constantly stream, and I gotta take breaks, right? So then what happened is I get bored with one game, I start another one. I keep it in rotation, so I'm like, okay, well, instead of playing one game, I'm gonna play 2 games. And then I'm bored with the second game, I'm gonna go back to the first one. I'm going to chase a third one. So we had that multiple times. But now we were forced to stop gaming because on Twitch they have this new rule where you need to have 100 hours you can only have 100 hours. We have 700 hours. We're down today to 198. So we still have 98 hours to do, which is about 2 weeks of this work. So that being said, gentlemen, seek security to my new empire. Your new empire, don't make me kill you, Anakin. My allegiance lies to the republic, to democracy. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. I'm gonna sit till the not still do. I'll do what I must. You will try. I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. Notice that I was sitting to take over, Anakin. Chancellor Palpatine is evil, and a point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's just a good song. So now we've been playing mobile gaming, and mobile gaming is really good because you have this feeling of completely shutting down your mind. Some of the games that we're playing are, for example, The Tower, Arknight, Tokyo Ghoul, Raging Shane. They're good enough game for you to be like, you know what? I don't have to play enough for me to be tired of it, but I still have to play enough for me to be like, yeah, well, guess what? You're in a position where you're playing on an almost daily basis. The same amount you want to play, the same amount you don't want to play. But another game that I also played felt like time waster, time waster is a good thing. So you have a bit of time, let's play a mobile game. So any mindset, and again, I'm not a video game programmer, I'm not a producer, I don't know what the fuck I'm taking, but in my mind, mobile game has this main problem where it's like these people are going to be playing on their way to work, so they cannot do too much of narrative because they won't be remembering, or it has to be a good time waster. So they're playing in the bus, they're playing in the metro, they're playing on the break, right? You understand? So that's what we saw. But at the same time, some of the game was phenomenal, and now we're finally close. We're 98 hours to upload. Most of my videos are 5 minutes, 6 minutes, so it's about 11 days left to play. And I'm really excited about gaming again because I do like a time waster, and I do like the content that we're putting out. However, I do prefer by far, being in a position where I can do whatever I need to do and whatever I want to do, but also it has a purpose, right? So games like Devil May Cry, games like, okay, so we have Nico no Oni, we have Battlefield Koneko, we have USC4, we have Borderlands 3, and we have the 5 Devil May Cry. So we have a lot of games to play, but it's actually fun, you know? And that's it. I'm excited to game again. I'm excited to go back to gaming on a more serious side and a more purposeful side, but we'll see how it ends. That's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Blink is your boy Ink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. Everything was having a wonderful day on the 17th April 2025. Today we are talking about Arknight, the current event on the 17th April, which is the ending of a Grand Overture, which is a siege-focused event. And I gotta say, I'm really liking it. So first of all, I have to talk about my affection for Siege. This is my second time playing the game. So in the very first playthrough, you're guaranteed a 6 hours. So in the very first playthrough, we had a Shining, which is a healer. Shining was so good because Shining was such a good healer that she didn't have to care about other people. Like, okay, well, I have Shield Operator, but I have a good healer, so we're good. You know, now the one we had was Siege, and Siege is a great leader. She'll increase the attack and defense of every single operator that are Vanguards. And the Vanguards are nice because they're versatile. I like Vanguard the most because, for example, we have Canadil. Canadil is a range. She can attack in the air. We have Chiluk, which is the same thing. We have Fang, which is phenomenal. We have Sage, which again, incredibly cool. You know, and now we're gonna try to get Indra. So of course, playing with the Vanguard is fun. However, I wouldn't be playing with the Vanguard if it wasn't for Siege. You know. Siege in herself is good, but she's not good enough. She's good surrounded with Vanguard, but she's not good enough for me to be like, okay, well, let's change our game plan, right? If I had the same thing for a guard, I wouldn't play the guards, right? I would do or if we had a defender, I wouldn't do it. If I had Archer or a range, I wouldn't do it. I think that I like the Vanguards, right? So I have this affection for Siege because she's cool characters. Now Siege is representative of Lions, Lion of the King of the Jungle. Vina, or Siege, is actually royalty. So the whole thing is so fucking cool. The old event is so nice. It's about a broken town, which is Londinium, which is their version of London, right? Now, it's in a place where there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of, it's rebuilding. And now the coolest thing is we have Siege. So what I really like about this is Siege is the leader they wanted. She is a proven leader, right? She's the heir of the throne. So everybody's looking at her for answer. Now, she's trying to rebuild a lot going on, actually. She's trying to rebuild everything, first of all. Second of all, she is also in a position to say, well, listen, I have to deal with corruption, I have to deal with the dukes. And she has to say, well, I cannot really expose them or go against them because they're powerful too, right? And also, what is really cool is we're rebuilding Londinium. So the lack of resources, there's stocks of incredible thing. For example, out of the few many, right? We have a situation where there's not a lot of homeopathy medicine. So who are we saving? Are we saving people that are really important? Are we saving the dukes? What are we doing, right? And then the question is, well, it doesn't matter what you want to do, it falls upon Siege's shoulder. Now, the last thing that I really like about the event is that we're getting a Siege who's kind of a gangster. She's kind of a gangster, low-key, high-key, as they say in English. She's kind of a gangster, and the reason why this is so cool is because she comes in, right, and she's like, okay, well, guess what? I'm gonna do what I need to do, right? But at the same time, she has her friend, and she didn't ask to be the heir, right? She has her friend who are gangster, but they're not gangster in the sense of they're bad people. They're gangster in the sense of, well, there was no way to survive otherwise. We had a way to survive, and we're actually like moral gangster, right? And they're in a position to be like, okay, well, guess what? I have to plan to be doing this. She's struggling between the true reality of being a imperial or a royal and her previous life, right? So it's a great event. Now it is actually pretty tough. actually pretty tough. We are at 6. I think we're 6. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck at a place where I can't finish them. So we increased Calcite. Calcite will be very good. And we're hoping for Calcite to do all the job. We just increased her to 102 yesterday. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm fucked. In good French, but that's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, at the event, I'm going to start including the mechanics at the special. There's crates that are giving more art attack, they're giving more attack, and we're giving more defense. And that's really cool because it's a fight. So, for example, right, you'll have a really good crate in a position that doesn't make any sense. So you have a choice to put a Art Knight, a Operator there, to maybe kill 2 or 3 enemies, versus putting them in a place where there's no crates, but you'll protect everything. So, for example, there's two squares. One of the square is really important, really strategic. One of the square has a crate. I choose which one. Right? But also what is really good here is that we have either you pick it up or the enemy pick it up. And if the enemy pick it up, it'll become harder, right? So the strategy, in my mind, is be strategic, right? But also making sure that the right operator picks up the thing. So for example, you'll take a very weak operator and you'll give him a health bonus or a attack bonus. It's still weak. So you're taking a strong enemy that's now almost invincible because they have many crates. And the best thing about that is you can't really understand, you can't really plan because some crates will appear. You'll defeat some enemies and they'll drop crates, right? So it's really well made. It's really, really good. And I love it. Okay, we're good. I love you. Let's go inside. We're done for the day. Ugh. How can it break in my heart? About, I love you. I know. No. Do. No, don't. Let's try it. You're back in my heart. Loving you. And follow. Hey, I just want to tell you once again, thank you so much. Enough talking about me. How are you? Doing good? You had a good day? By the way, I'm going to trust you with a secret. My real name is Stefan. So, now you know. Again, I really hope that you're okay. Sorry about yesterday. I just, I was dealing with a lot. I didn't want to be aggressive. I didn't want to take it out on you. I don't think I would have, but I don't know, So I'd rather be transparent, I guess. So yeah, so I hope that you had a wonderful day. I know that you've been working a lot. I'm so proud of you that you're working this much. You're definitely a A++ mom. Nobody's young to realize it, but I do realize it. And I think you are a fucking gem. Now, time to be an asshole. Right? To be an asshole. You want some? You want some? Just me and you. Okay? We just do the Republic. Wait a minute, you're my enemies. Also, I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna do skin videos, and I'm gonna pretend like this is my penis. But instead, we're gonna be singing a song. Are you down to sing a song with me? So we're gonna take out the music that we have already. Look at curl today. By the way, what's your outfit of the day? Here's what you look like today. Sure that you are splendid. So I think we're gonna go with something. I think we're gonna go with something like I don't know. Should we read a book from across the street? She read a book from across the street, waiting for the man that she'll never meet. Talk over a coffee for an hour or two. Wonder why I'm always in a good mood. Killing time before she trusts her stuff. She needs support and I become the crutch. She never know how much he means to me. I play the game without a referee. Surrender. Every word, every sound. Surrender yourself to me. Even though I'm looking for, she hide behind. Listen, that's all you get tonight. You want some more? Tough shit. Nice, prof. You don't always get what you want, girl. And yes, I'm gonna spam you because I think it's adorable. I'm telling you something. When I saw the number of messages you said yesterday, I was like, wow, I am the luckiest man. I went to the store. I bought lottery tickets. I lost. I lost. All three of them I lost. But then at the same time, I have a wonderful girl that cares about me. Who's the real winner here? The millionaire or me? Obviously the millionaire. But hey, I'm pretty lucky too. Man, I went to the store. I bought lottery tickets. I lost. I lost. All three of them I lost. But then at the same time, I have a wonderful girl that cares about me. Who's the real winner here? The millionaire or me? Obviously the millionaire. But hey, I'm pretty lucky too. It's a mistake. Hey, take it easy. No, it's good. It's light flavor. I'm on statins.
Hey, Chief. What's your favorite boogie?
Thank you.
All right, eat it.
You put it in my mouth?
No, it's supposed to rub it on your body.
Ah. I don't let my wife touch my neck.
What neck? You're like a snowman.
I can't eat peanut brittle.
Oh, because you want to hurt your teeth.
Peanut brittle. It's peanut brittle.
Sorry.
But then you were lost. We balance through the force, not leaving in darkness. I hate you. No.
Hi, I'm Mabel.
You guys must be the associates.
Is it your first time boarding? If you need anything, I'm really happy to help.
You two are gonna make.
À tous les adultes qui adorent Minecraft, à l'achat de trio Big Mac ou de trio Disney Croquette avec la sauce enflammée du Nether, vous obtenez un des 6 objets à collectionner. Tout ça à l'achat de la boîte film de Minecraft, seulement chez McDo.
Texas. Now I'm in the lead.
Oh, that's mine. Yeah, coming out of Greenberg. It's
No,
fantastic. And it's
no,
faster than
that
us
was not Texas. That was Georgia, and it was a blue van, and I remember it distinctly.
No. You are stealing my place. No, not even a little
Pas ça bien? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Oh, ben je t'arrange pas? Ok, les gars, j'ai des bonnes nouvelles.
Oh, I hate that crap.
Très très bonne nouvelle. En fait, j'ai fait un coup du gouvernement aujourd'hui.
Such a pretty.
Le gouvernement. Tu sais, j'avais appliqué pour. J'ai appliqué pour le. Quoi, comme ça, les élections. Bon, il y avait des postes de réservistes seulement qui restaient. Donc, je sais pas, il y a des primo. Fait que là, quand c'est capoté de faire. La semaine prochaine, je vais avoir deux formations. Parce qu'il y a un primo qui a été cancellé. Fait que là, moi je travaille, peut-être que je travaille avec deux. Mais on va voir que ça fait, mais techniquement, là, peu importe ce qui va se passer, j'ai deux formations. Payées. Et ça fait quand même nice, là. Là, en tant que tel, je sais pas si j'ai travaillé 2 jours, les 4 jours, je sais pas. En tout cas. Fait que là, je vais juste partager ça, ça va demain? Quelle heure? Ah, je change le dit, je change le demain. Tiens. Mais oui, ça va. Ouais. Bonne idée. Bonne idée. Là, j'ai appelé maman aujourd'hui. Il y a plus qu'à maintenant. Fait que là, je sais pas si ça veut dire, mais encore une fois, c'est assez un peu. Elle dit, écoute, là, j'ai demandé c'est pas dans la tête. J'ai dit, on a appelé, on a des bonnes nouvelles, on a parlé avec quelqu'un, on a fait ce qui est nécessaire. Il a dit, est-ce que c'est correct? Je dis, pas moi. Je sais pas savoir, moi. Tu me demandes comment il est quand même dans la peau de l'autre, c'est pas facile. Là, elle va mieux maintenant. Et ça, c'est quelque chose qui est rassurant. As-tu dormi un peu? Mais tu m'as dit, tu m'as dit que tu allais te reposer. Voilà. Moi, c'est fini, là? Ok, ok. 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 C'est bonne chance. Puis là, on se voit samedi. Yes, bonne journée. Bye. hypocrisy. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. Only a sip of an absolute doubt in what I want.
Feeding. I'm the one that's in the lead.
Or is it me eating you? Either way, it's an onion plate, so I get doubles.
Ronnie, so close.
Go around. Go around.
My gosh.
You okay?
Oh dear. Is that the same truck? I don't think we were supposed to see that.
What in the name?
You must have seen it.
Couldn't have.
What's he doing?
You okay? All right.
What just happened?
He's long gone now. It's just a road hog.
Oh God. What are you doing?
Honey, I'm gonna call this into the police. Oh, yeah. We can't pretend that what just happened to us didn't happen to us. They gotta know about this.
Oh, I don't like it, Ronnie. I don't like it one bit.
Was it I'm beating you?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. We're gonna go to a gas station and they have a phone, okay? Okay, we're gonna call this in. All right? It'll be okay. Okay, it'll be okay.
I want to go home.
I don't know.
Ronnie?
We should stop and see what was going on with that sheet. And then we can tell the cops all about it. We gotta do it, Marie.
Turning a blind eye is not an option.
Love you, baby.
Ronald.
Come on. Okay, all right.
Oh, the sheet.
Yeah.
Horrifying sight that recently primary witness that day was the infamous bodies in the pit. Ron and Marie themselves have never been seen since. Just another macabre mystery from the deep south.
Surely you've watched that video so many times, you have it memorized by now.
Real talk. This really happened. Somewhere in this area, actually.
Come on, there's a reason those things are unsolved. It's all myths and legends. People's over there.
Nah, this YouTube video's out of date. This was from what, 20 plus years ago. Now this was,
Oh, it's just like Bigfoot, Mothman, Spring-Heeled Jack, Chupacabra, or any others.
yeah, I think we're getting fans of all of them by tonight.
Can't believe I let you drag me to this nerd fest.
Yeah. Explain me this. Now this is real footage. Even you can't deny it.
I didn't even see it. Ever wonder why those proof videos are always shaky and murky, never crisp and clear?
It's old. The creeper only comes back every 23 years.
And the Earth is flat. Nazis are camped out on the moon. Elvis lives. The Apollo landing was faked.
Your precious science doesn't have all the answers.
Conspiracy theories have no answers.
Y'all get it wrong all the time. Copernicus, Aristotle, even... Don't do that. Don't do that.
Newton, Einstein, Hawking.
It's a big world. Strange things happen all the time.
2 words. Occam's razor. That's why I'm a scientist. The simplest explanation is most likely to be true.
Well, this is also pretty simple, Brainiac. Alright, the creeper comes back every 23rd spring. It kills for 23 days.
Then what?
And it disappears. I don't know.
Sounds like a love bug. They were a breed of bugs made in a lab to kill mosquitoes. All they did was mate and die. Complete failure. Now they serve zero purpose. They have no function but twice a year. They appear like a storm, blindly chasing anything away before dying when they come into contact with it.
So, you think the creeper was made in the lab?
I think the creeper was made in your brain.
Well, creeper has a name. It kills. Since I've killed almost, what, hundreds, maybe thousands.
Wait, didn't they make a movie out of it? Creepy Creeper or something?
3, actually. But none of that is real. And it was named after a cheesy LA people. Baby! Nate! Baby, I told you that we're gonna come out. Alright, you know I suck at typing. I'm gonna ask her tonight. Got the ring. Wish me luck. I love you, Mom.
up, girl? How are you?
Everything hurts and I'm dying.
Oh, that good, huh? Ew, are you alright?
It's too late for me. Save yourself.
So, did you take the test yet?
I thought it would me, but I think this counts as a positive.
You are always the optimist.
Not at all what I meant, and you know it.
Well, I was trying to hold it till I got there, but I need to tinkle Taylor, my soldier spy. I'm gonna have to call you back.
I'm not hearing this. Just call me and get to the hotel, okay?
Oh, well, make sure that
You do not puke on those Air Force Ones.
Don't even joke about that.
Lane, when have I ever joked about that?
Sam, I swear, if you jinx it, I swear to God, I'll...
Lane, I love you. You're buying me some more shoes. Go for the ones.
You bring me to the most charming places. Remind me where we're here again?
Maybe I can't wait to show you this place.
Are you sure this is where we're supposed to be?
Yeah, we should be close. How you know that's where we're going?
Really?
Lady Vanilla, how could you not? Hey, let us move your palm. Yeah.
folks, see if you can outdrive the amazing golf ball walker guy.
You know what's right, Grace? You acting the long haul.
Push me, Bob. Now's not the time.
À tous les adultes qui adorent Minecraft, à l'achat de trio Big Mac ou de trio Disney Croquette avec la sauce enflammée du Nether, vous obtenez un des 6 objets à collectionner. Tout ça à l'achat de la boîte ultime de Minecraft, seulement chez Necto.
Minecraft sont chipotés de la s'il vous plaît, ou...
Ah ouais, hein? Ah ouais. Venez découvrir le nouveau Minecraft sauce chipotée crémeuse au poisson ou au poulet assaisonné. Seulement chez Necto.
We take our Mustang Mach-E everywhere. We charge up at home, or take advantage of the largest public charging network in North America. This is the kind of EV we want, the kind of Mustang we want.
Trust you.
What have I done?
Strangest place to ask for directions.
Look at all this cool stuff.
I don't get it. Come on, Chase. Nobody's here. Let's go. Chase, don't touch everything.
I don't really have a choice now. Yeah.
You scared the shit out of me!
Take a look at this. I didn't know they had land on this Washington coast.
Anything strike your fancy? We're looking for this address, but I can't find it on any map.
Oh, it's not on any maps. The satellites are kind of screwed up over our town, I guess.
Oh.
There. And we are here. Just take 68, 5 miles to south, and turn left when you see the signs.
Thanks.
No problem. That'll be $50, please.
50.
It's antique, honey.
Antique.
I have to buy the cards. Ow, wow. I have to buy the cards. Watching Jeepers Creeper Resurrection.
Oh, congratulations to you both.
One.
Interesting.
Good. Got 20. Good. 30. 40. 50. 70. Good. We're almost at the end. Now, we got quests. Kind of wanted to be. Okay, good. 20. I have to do one of those run. Bloomburst, thank you. Yeah, I have to do one of those run. Where? I'm needing the energy field.
Sam, where the hell are you? What is it? Are you serious? What are those? I'm not putting on anything.
Yeah, I mean, it was a stupid idea anyway, so, I mean, I knew you would wear some of this stuff. It's tacky anyway, so, I don't even want you to wear it. Maybe I will. I don't know.
Good.
Can I watch?
No. Now that I've satisfied your fanboy fantasies, what are you gonna wear?
What? Oh, this.
A t-shirt?
Not just any t-shirt. This t-shirt.
What am I gonna do with you?
Democracy. Not with me, then you're my enemies. Do what I must, you will try.
I had no idea so many people attended these things.
This is the Coachella of cosplay.
Yeah, for cycle killers. Looks like a gathering of juggalos.
Oh, please, you love the same campus. Yes, Miss Buck.
Stay on my phone, stalker.
Well, I know he's sick. The Messiah. Are we getting risen? Hallelujah!
I'm pretty sure the correct phrase is he is risen.
Then you were lost.
Wow, these people are really fucked up.
You should have seen your face. Hook, line, and suit.
Shit, that fits. From that faces. Shit.
They have glorifying actual killers, and you're honestly okay with that.
Harold, roll it off. It's all just for fun.
What if there's a psycho lurking in the crowd? How the hell will you know?
There's no seconds. There's a bunch of people having fun.
Even big music festivals have a body count. I don't think it's like here. Crowds of people, everyone's drinking, partying, cars.
Not these.
I'll get the drinks. Hey,
Don't make it wink, welcome to the controversial. Because the mobs are having a wonderful day on the 17th April 2025. Once again, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. I wasn't even gonna work out today. I'm sorry about the lights, there's nothing I can do, to be quite honest. So, we're gonna suffer together. How about that? Still dealing with the situation as yesterday. The exact same situation as yesterday, to be honest. There's been some updates. They're looking good. So what I'm gonna do is talk a little bit before, just a little bit, then not. So once again, okay, do a good 20 minutes, non-stop running, and then we'll just work out like that. I was thinking to work out late, but I didn't miss the date. We started. I'm gonna start now. As you guys know, yesterday we had a bill from the government. Nice little $13,000 owed. I owe, not them. So today we called them. Doesn't look like there's much we can do. We have a legal team at the main company. You guys have noticed at the end, we're talking with people. We're 8 people that owe money for a total of $87,000. Yeah. So, it's not looking good. We use a lot of legal terms that I don't know. For example, as stupid as it is, they use term like transfer job versus relocating, you know, versus something that could be seen as just that you have to make this anymore. Now, apparently, there's a breach of contract saying that as I was working for PCT, the company became Metra. So, by transferring to Laval, I was still working for Metra. So now, instead of having been let go due to lack of work by PCT, they're saying that I had a refusal for a transferal. Try to use the card of I don't drive. Not possible for me. But then they have this night shift, which is funny enough because the night shift doesn't exist before. But I asked. And it's funny also because the night shift is for the new department only. Department I was supposed to be working at. So, legally speaking, there's not a lot we can do. Like my mom, my dad, they're pissed off. I don't think they're pissed off at me, but still. So it sucks, but what can I do, right? Good. We're okay. I don't have my glasses today. We should be restarting the live either tomorrow or Saturday. I don't know. We'll see. Please, got to work out today. That's a plus. Definitely a plus. The 2 phones are charging. Tablet and phone. However, I want to shout out a couple people. I want to shout out Anna, who checked on me. I want to shout out Meg. Checked on me and Parker. Now, of course, nobody knows that I had the $13,000 problem. Nobody knows that, right? Now, and what you're saying, how can you not knowing? Think about it yesterday in your video. Technically, yes. Technically, no. I didn't post it. I still have the file. I didn't post it. So, on paper, this video doesn't exist. Yeah, so too bad. Now, those people, Anna checked on me because she was like, hey, are you're not live, what's going on? She was super sweet. She spammed me, so Sparky, it's nice that they asked, but, you know, you're a bit younger, so it's hard for them to understand. And they only know because she invited me to a live yesterday. I don't feel good. Sad. Why you're sad, and I told her. You know? So today, we called. Got a lot of work to do. I don't know what to give it. Now, figure out what to pay. My parents are gonna help me out with lent money. You know? I'm very grateful. But it's still $13,000 that I have to pay. So, you know, grateful as fuck. But then, where do I go from there? You know? Where do I go from there? Now I'm pissed off because, you know, yes, sometimes I'm the best listener. May I have overreacted, right? I was really hoping to get some chômage, get a vacation to make content. I don't regret. But for them to have all of the guys think you're allowed unemployment, just to be said, just to be told, hey, you're not allowed, you're not And what is really, really hurtful and really pissing me off is the fact that they could have said, you owe us money a month after, you know? No. They told us a year after, when most of us got the most money they could, you know? They didn't care about the consequences, because again, without knowledge of consequences, there cannot be a fear of consequences. You can't fear the unknown, but then, you can say what you know, you know? So, it's too bad. Now, the guys, they want to go to the court of law. I also want to go to the court of law in a different fashion. I'm going to contest the ruling, right, which is good. The ruling in question is broker to me. We're all in the same boat. We're all different straw hats. We're all different people that have different tasks and shit like that. You know? So yeah, bit of a mess. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, of course. But once I have a chance to save my ass, as you know, it's another challenge of talking. You know? We had this legal talk, and then again, I'm a citizen. Hopefully, a citizen versus an employer still win. Somebody that has higher mean can witness. Like, for example, right? Am I saying that I shouldn't? If they told me a month in, hey, you're not allowed to get the money, I'd already gotten the money. But there was no talk of that, right? And now, like I said, I can save myself, but I don't know if I can save everybody. I'm the asshole. I got a good judgment and other people didn't. But then, there's this question that I'm asking myself. What is the cases here? Fuck everybody else but me? The answer is I don't know. The answer is I don't know. No. Only the good guy was able to help people. Then, you know, $50,000. I don't want to owe that much. It's a lot of money, you know. And when I went to my father's house, they wanted to help him with help me with the legal stuff. My father's been working for a union most of his life. I've been part of the union, so I know some shit about that. I don't, but I want to give up. You want to just take the fault, take the bill, don't say anything. And I want to contest it. I think I can win. It's my first legal trouble, you know. I was arrested a couple of times, of course. Once for public urination. But then I was let go with a warning. And warning, they didn't take my name, so. I had a knife on me. My friend was smoking weed, was arrested on the knife. I was a minor. Didn't really matter. And a couple of infraction with the red lights going to work. With wallets. So we to a court of law. Never wanted to go there. I guess I have to. It sucks. Anyway, no complaining, right? Be a man. So I might have to pay $30,000. Why might? I'm still holding on to the hope that we're innocent. Am I innocent? They take the money. Right? But then again, they mean anything by it. I watched a whole fucking series of Suits. And then some legal term. Suits is a great series. I don't mind owing money to my parents, but, you know, in the perfect world, don't owe shit to anyone. You know? Watching Jeepers Creepers Resurrection, it's not really good. I have my virginity watching Jeepers Creepers. You know? Fuck. It's not a really good movie. Okay, what can I do? Oh man, we went to we have a coffee with the boys. Talk about things. What a fucking mess. The guy was stressed, the guy were not thinking straight. This guy speaks English, this guy doesn't. This guy speaks Romanian, Russian. Now, I'm in a position where I have to translate. In Romanian I can, but in Russian I can't. Then, Just translating, but he doesn't say what I'm saying. He say what he's understanding of what I'm saying. Because I'm lucky because I have experience with unemployment. I understand how it goes. I understand how it works. I'm an expert, but I have a previous experience, right? Most of these guys get from other countries. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's hard to understand the system of justice when coming from another country, right? So I gotta take care of those boys. At the same time, they're looking for me for an answer. They're looking for me for the guys. They wanted an answer today. You know, it's a really big deal because the boys, not the boys, they're afraid. You know? They're afraid, which is normal. But the guys are angry, which is also normal. Some of them want to go to the court, take legal action. What am I saying? That if I go alone, I might succeed? I don't drive. It's not possible for me to go there. They start at 7. I have to leave at 5:30 and I'm late. Every single day because I can't get there. Then, they're cutting my time shift because I'm late. So I'm losing money. We have two bus system. The MTS, Montreal Transport Society, or system, whatever. And then we have Laval Transport Society. They're both asking for the same amount of money per monthly pass, which is $92. 90 times 2, 104. 104 times 12,248. How much I have to pay every single year. Plus, the time I'm going there, it's 2 hours and a half. So they go 2 hours and a half to come back. You know? That's 5 hours per day. Times 5, 25. Times 4, 100. Times 12, 1,200 hours in transport. You understand that? You understand that? So, per year, I work at a previous job for 8 years. 102 multiplied by 8, 816. Divided by 24, that's about 36, 360 around. You know? Doesn't make any sense. You know? Now nobody thought they would fuck us over, right? Nobody. They did. Because they did, we're fucked. We're at 9% battery, 10%. Let's do 5 more minutes and then we'll do the same thing we did yesterday for the weights. Yeah. Of course, I'm in a bad mood. You know? I feel played. I feel played. And now, the doubt, the paranoia sets in. Who knew? Who knew we didn't have a right to do this? Some of the guys didn't go to Laval, but didn't take the chômage, which is unemployment. But because they didn't take the chômage, did they know? Did they know that we weren't allowed to get that? If they knew, why didn't they tell us? You know? I'm one of the lucky one. There's a guy who owed $18,000. But they go by how much you're making. They take your tree amount of they take like 70% or 80% of your pay. You're making $2 an hour. That's a lot. That's 18,000, dude. That's a bit left. You know? Of course, there's way to pay over time. And it's still 18,000 a day. You know? It's a mess. And the worst thing is, I've had one of the most productive years of my life with content. With some obstacle, some bump on the road, of course. But it's still a great year. And I start to regret this. We're at 5% battery, so I'm gonna stop this, take a break, and we'll do a bigger workout for the upper body. Shit. Oops. Ow.
They're all yours now. Come on.
Whoa, fucking shit! All you assholes! Open up! God damn it! Come on! Whoa, fucking shit! Oh, this is your escape room, huh? Is this some kind of game you're playing here? Because you can stop the show and open the door. We're all very scared of your hillbilly tricks.
Shut your fucking mouth. Hey, open up.
Hey!
I didn't sign up for that. Michael's dead and you all saw it. Now open the fucking door.
What did you do with Lady?
Where is she? Hey, calm down.
I don't know, alright?
I was
C'est quel colis?
scare you up a bit, and that's all. Manila. She said there's a surprise waiting here for you.
Surprise?
I'll show you a fucking surprise. You tell me who the lady is right now, or I'll stick this thing so far up your ass, test the fucking bell.
Yeah, yo, boy. Stop talking. Oh, you take a slow walking back, or I'll blow your fucking brains out.
Ears are fucking ringing.
I warned you. Step back.
You have to fire that thing.
Next time I do, you won't hear anything anymore.
Okay. Let's figure this out. It's an escape room, right?
It's not a fucking escape room. It's a trap.
Hey, who's the trapper? The creep was your fairy tale, son.
I saw it.
You guys are fucking nuts.
It's coming. I'm gonna find her.
We're staying put.
What? Oh, don't tell me. This interrupts your hectic schedule of country kick incest and intermittent horse lines.
Fuck you, Hollywood. Hey! Hey!
Gotta stop working as a team. Stop being a fucking asshole! You're stuck with us now. Put it down. Put the gun down. Put the gun down. Nobody's going anywhere until I find Lane. It's coming.
It's all lighting. Find a switch. The roof is leaking.
That's not raining.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Who the hell is that?
gotta be somewhere. Harry! Harry!
Yeah.
You don't have to be fine, you know.
Just a bit stressed at the moment.
All children see monsters.
And we're back with part 2. Not sure how long it's gonna last because this phone has a tendency to overeat. So we're gonna try. That's pretty much it. 17 April 2025. Let's do this, we got this. Same workout as yesterday. Exact same workout. So let's do like that. Further, right? Right? Good. Go. Liar, no. I don't know if you guys are seeing me.
In here. In here.
Do it, right?
Your way out.
She's gonna have to do it. Yeah. Put her over. No what? Trust me. I only hope you lose interest enough for. I gotta keep it.
And how long?
Good effect.
Barnabas House. Yeah. The creep or something is trying to kill us.
Have you been taking drugs? Sir?
Fucking stolen you. I need you to get some help to the Barnabas House. I swear to God.
Sir? Are you okay?
What?
Monkey. Focus.
Yeah, it's hard to send books down there.
Let's fix it up.
Get her all up in here. I'm gonna put it down. The police are coming down the front. Creep it down. Are they?
They're not just gonna ignore my little call, right?
Sweet summer child.
Fucking doctor. We're like flies in a spider's web. It's called the shots. The only way we can do this is to kill it. Your boyfriend said we can't.
5-4-3.
I'm seeing it up close. It's old, decrepit. It's dead. But where the hell is my wife? We need to trap it.
Okay. You're done. You know the best workout? The fuck you we showed up.
Pray for sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Amen.
What is this place?
Hypocrisy. You're not with me, then you're my enemy. When you sit doesn't have the root, I'll do you no much. You will try. And we're back with some more towers. Sorry, we're working a lot, so I get tired. I get tired playing the tower. Good? Okay, go. Don't blink, it's your wink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. Guess we're doing well, having a wonderful day on this 18 April 2025. As you can see, we have a beautiful sunrise. Oh, I forgot to turn on the camera for the nature corner. Thank God I checked. We have my chair here, which means, okay, well, why is it here? Because we got a brand new chair for my father. He was saying, like, hey, I said the chair that you were using, I have an old chair. Why didn't you ask? And it's just this chair. So this one has a what we call it, a backrest. We have my snack, Ficellos, and energy drink. I was supposed to go to sleep, but it's just beautiful outside, so let's take advantage of it, right? Anyway, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Hey, completely forgot. There's my eyes, don't we? Okay, there you go. There you go, perfect. To take a quick picture for you guys. Don't blink, it's your wink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. We're doing well on this 18th April 2025. As you can see, it's really early in the morning. We got my new chair. We're having all the places. We have the clips, the playthrough, everything a snack. So today's snack is going to be Black Diamond, Ficello. We're going to go with Extreme Pizza. So these are kind of newish. Ficello was like, hey, what can we do for, what can we do with seller stuff? So they made the Extreme. I believe Extreme is 3 flavor. I know there's pizza, jalapeno, and I forgot that last one. To be quite honest. However, we are eating Extreme Pizza. So there is a little bit of a description. So I'm excited for that. Yes, we're starting odd because I'm pretty tired. I'm supposed to go sleep, but it's so nice outside. I want to make a couple of videos. Made with 100% real cheese. Any way you string in Black Diamond cheese strings, Extreme snacks always promise to be fun, nutritious. With no natural flavor or artificial color and flavor, and no preservative. There's only one rule for Black Diamond cheese string: always play with your food. Okay. I see what you did there. Nice. I don't have story for Ficello. I think most people do. I love them for sure. But my family was more so a Baby Bell family. And Baby Bell, it was kind of like a same thing. So there was also cheese, but there was also what they could play with. So yeah, we were definitely more of a Baby Bell family. However, everybody else in school was a Ficello kid. We make your boy wanted to be a Ficello kid. This is what it looks like. You can see, and I know what you're saying. Okay, Ink, we're clearly seeing the topping, we're clearly seeing the extreme part of it. But if you take your time and really look at the Ficello, it's a bit more yellowish. So I'm hoping that this means that they cook it together. Look at this bad boy, that's really nice. Oh yeah. Anyway, we get a good taste of pizza. And it's smart because a pizza, most of them can be a cheese pie. So there's already this mentality of there's cheese. So cheese and pizza is not hard to sell. Really good. There's a weird aftertaste though. There's a weird aftertaste. It's like, you know, tomato paste. You know, it's chemical. Super nice. Once again, this is extremely healthy. 60 calories per stick. Not of calcium, not of proteins. It's always good. This is quite nice. The taste is quite nice, but I would still say go with the original. Because these are good right now. But I can already tell that if I ate 4 or 5, I get tired of it. The original I can eat a whole bunch of them. Now, why is that important? It's just because, I don't know, to me, I'd rather have a long-lasting experience than a short-lasting one. Which is a decision. Once again, the camera stopped. What the heck? Camera stop. I am so sorry, guys. The camera keeps stopping. I don't know why. Here it is. Look how beautiful this is. This is a gorgeous morning. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. You guys are doing well. We are having a wonderful 18th April 2025, the day of Easter. We are set, guys. We have a new chair, which we can lean on, which is nice. The tree tower, and the clips. We're going to be working on clips also. Today, we are talking about nature. And I know what you're saying. Ink, you're starting to do a nature video every single week. Now, I feel like, because some people will say that, I have to justify myself, right? Look at this. Are you kidding me? This is so beautiful. I feel, once again, I mentioned this before, but I really feel like us not taking advantage of the fact that there was a really nice weather when I was younger. Weather, not sweater. When I was younger, and again, it was forced upon me to go outside, so when it's forced upon you, you don't really want to go there. But I mean, this mentality of where it's never too late to appreciate that, but it is kind of late because this city that I live in really changed, right? So, if I went up more, I would have better memories of what a city used to be. Now, ultimately speaking, what purpose does it serve to know the city when it's changing? There's no purpose. It's just a feeling. For example, you're gonna see kid grow, right? You're gonna see kid grow. You're gonna see job changes. You're gonna be cool changes, right? New rules, different rules, and this is seeing a city grow, right? And see, part of life to me is adaptation, right? You adapt yourself to a new situation and new thing that's going on, right? And I think the city in itself adapts itself in a growing business or a growing market because there's more and more people. But if those more and more people don't equate a higher spending, then those companies will not last. And again, the fact that Lachine is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, what's really nice about it is that there's a company that would have said before, hey, this is too small of a town for us to move in. Now they're going to say that. So I think it's just phenomenal. I think it's just so cool that we got that because you know the nature. But to go back to it, I feel like I'm preaching, but I definitely should have went out a little bit. You know, when I was younger, I would go out for sure, but then there's a large period that I didn't go out, right? Do I regret that? Not really. But I'm seeing how much it helps the psyche, emotional. I'm seeing how beneficial it is long term, and just that it helped us. Like I'm gonna be honest. I was supposed to go sleep. You can tell me I'm tired a little bit. I was supposed to go sleep last night. There was, however, a really nice moon. I took pictures of it. And because we saw the picture, we saw the moon, and I was like that. But after that, it's like, okay, well, let's stay awake because anyway, this morning is gonna be rain. Are you seeing rain? No, there's no rain. So now we're working on adrenaline and coffee, but we're still good here. So yeah, it's nature. Now, ultimately speaking, nature was it's tough. Am I still recording? I'm still recording. Noise. Am I still recording here? Yes, we're still recording. Noise. It is kind of complex. It is kind of like it's something new because I'm aware that the content has really changed thanks to nature, right? It's my perception, the way we see things, a lot of the nature that I did, which is really nice because it's outside. You guys love the night stroll because I'm myself and I'm not worried about what people think about me because there's nobody on the road, right? And that was a change for the nature. Now, last year, it was a big nature porn was a huge part of why we did a burnout. Last week we had snow, right? And there was a black bird on the snow. And it was a beautiful picture. And then by the time I got my camera and I ran outside, it was gone. Like I didn't get the picture right. Then I was like, what a missed opportunity. And I was kind of disappointed, if you will. Of course, annoyed is also a good word, right? And then for the next couple of hours, I'm like, ugh, that would have been so cool, right? But then at the same time, it would have been so cool, but this ruined what was the perfect day, you know? And it's I fucked up. What did I do? I fucked up, yeah. Yeah. We really did fuck up. It's okay though. Hold on, guys. Just trying to find something. Did I find it? I think I found it. Yep. So Microsoft. Because we had a celebration for 50 years. No. God damn it. See, this is how crazy it gets. This is kind of not wanted, but it is the perfect case. It is the perfect imagery. Why? Well, because you get stuck in there. Like no matter the video, I'll do it one day or the other, and there's no real consequences until and only until there is a for example, there's the consequences. Oh, I was thinking about this video. I took a note for this video, right? And it's been so long that I don't remember what is the video in itself. So that's a problem, because again, you're supposed to remember what you're talking about, but it doesn't always happen. This is too far. Good. Okay, perfect. Okay. So now I'm gonna do this. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go with history. So history will tell me what we did, right? And there we go. That's perfect. That is perfect. We had a okay, I think it's this one, right? So with the nature, it was always a shame because this I can't control. I missed a like for example, I missed the Aurorus Borealis, right? And for so freaking long, I was like, oh my god, I miss it. But then at the same time, who gives a shit if you missed it? That's not gonna change life. That's not gonna be the end all be all of everything, right? It just sucks. But it was a big case of in a big sense of why we kind of did a burnout, because we were too focused on doing everything at the same time, right? Not right now we're doing everything at the same time, but it was a big problem. Now, ultimately speaking, it doesn't really matter, right? Ultimately speaking, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, it matters what happened today. As long as you're good, what happened yesterday is, you know, you learn from mistake, you learn from the event of your life, and that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So, in the same way, I think it's actually a really, really cool thing that is going on right now is we're seeing a lot of nature corn, and of course it's more exciting because we just got it back, right? But there's also the intention of, well, am I gonna go too far, right? A couple of months ago, I was in a position of, okay, we're starting to make content again. Do I go too far and do another burnout like last year, or do I keep it in reserve? And the reality is, I didn't do any of this. In some cases, I did not a lot of videos. Some cases, I did a lot of videos. It's very unstable, right? Now it does beat making videos every single day, but not really, because the day that we work hard, we work really hard. So for example, like, we're sacrificing sleep right now. I'm still gonna be sleeping 8 hours, but the content's gonna be affected because, well, I'm gonna sleep 8 hours. Let's say I go to bed at 9, then I have to wake up at 3. I have to text my girl. Then I'm gonna be able to work out, but then that's 5. The sunset is gonna be at 7. I have an hour to work out. I have an hour to do my mukbang and do my videos. That way, we still have the natural lights, right? So it's a bit complex, but at the same time, I do like working in a stressful environment, right? So that's pretty much it. Let's see how it goes, but yeah, I regret. It's nuts. It's not because, I'll be completely honest. Again, you know me, I try to be honest. If it wasn't for the cloud, it would be a normal sun. I wouldn't care if I missed it, right? But then I'm happy I did because it's really nice, right? So it's you don't miss it when nothing happened, but you miss it when something happened, and that's just the you know. When I was younger, I used to see a show. I don't remember the show, but it was a show about tornado hunter. They were going after tornado, right? And people were waiting for season 2, and it never came out. Well, it came out years later, and people were like, "What took so long?" And I'm like, "There's not a tornado every single day. What are you expected to do?" You know, they were right. But then when there's a tornado, they go to hunt it. I thought it was crazy because I was like, imagine having this passion. Or for example, right, bird watcher. We're listening to a lot of bird right now. There's also bird watcher, and they'll see birds, and they'll see birds. And then they'll have a collection, right? And they'll say, okay, well, I'm looking for this bird in particular, right? And then they'll see birds that are beautiful, but they've already seen it, and they won't pay attention. So you're constantly hunting for that new feeling, right? And with the nature, it affects you constantly chasing because you're not satisfied. For example, we're on Netflix, right? Instead of having one episode every single week, I have a whole season out. So why would I watch only one episode, right? Well, because if I watch one episode and I have to wait, I get to appreciate the waiting time. I'm like, oh yeah, last week was really good. Oh, you know what? Last week wasn't good. I hope this week is better, you know? So you're creating this this almost selfish, where this anticipation, where, oh, what's gonna happen, versus, you know what? Let's put the next episode, right? So when Netflix came, and again, we're still talking about nature, and when Netflix came, we saw a huge difference in society. People were binge watching series. They were spending 2 or 3 days watching your favorite show and binge watching that. It never happened in the past. You would have DVDs, but it never happened in the past. You know? That's crazy. That's crazy to think about it, right? Now, with a DVD, why is it not the same thing? Well, the DVD kind of knew how much time it was. Versus the Netflix series, you don't know what time it is, right? So, for example, right, I'm watching this movie, and then this movie is 2 hours, and now it's 10:30, and it's going to end at 9:30, right? So I can plan before that. But then if I start saying, you know what, let's watch another episode, and let's watch another episode, and then you forget how many episodes you watch. And it doesn't matter if they're 20 minutes each or 40 minutes each, you just watch 10 of them. That's 200 minutes, which is 3 hours and a half, right? Which is insane. But then at the same time, you know, you have so much content out of it. Because you're enjoying yourself. It doesn't matter if you enjoy yourself over the next few months or you enjoy yourself in one day. You still get to enjoy yourself. The amount of pleasure you'll get from watching a show doesn't change if you're watching it from 1 month or 1 week. Yes, there's anticipation, like I said, there's a feeling of what's going to happen, there's the excitement, you're going to be able to talk about it with your friends, right? But at the same time, it doesn't matter because ultimately speaking, those are other emotion. We're talking about the emotion of enjoying or enjoyment, and this is the same, no matter what. No matter what, you know? So that's pretty much it. See, I keep on fucking up. Because I'm pushing my tits. Yes, we have boobs. So I'm gonna end the video here. But just enjoy nature, guys. It is a beautiful thing. Okay, so this is messed up. My fucked up brain. Accentuate the pain. So I build my home, wood and home. Direct myself fame. To feed the shadow. Going to my fame. Can only put so much on my fucked up pain. And the pills that I've been taking just accentuate the pain. So I built my home, wood and home. To rest my felt frame. After all this was said, there's only one time. There's only tomorrow. Whoa. Guess to be what I want to be. Say what's on my mind. Be a better man. Fucking learn to socialize, but I won't. But maybe one day. Okay, so now what is that? Okay, so now. Okay. Okay, that's good. Found it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, go. Fucking learn to socialize, but I won't. But maybe one day. Okay. So we don't get enough out of this though. Don't blink, it's your wink. Welcome to Controversial, because we are having a wonderful day on this 18 April 2025. Happy Saint Friday. There has to be a better name for that, but it's the Friday before Easter. So it's a special date. Today we're doing, as you can tell, we're doing a lot better. Now, mostly because we're fatigued, but still doing better. So the reason as to why we're doing better and a lot better is actually quite simple. So if you guys don't know, we were doing so well last couple of days, but you know, it's not emotional. You're gonna see me taking a lot of breaks from social media when it's emotional, because I have a hard time managing emotion, right? And I'm not saying the situation is better, I'm not saying that it's good, right? But there are some updates that are quite positive. Look at this. This is gorgeous. So what I'm trying to say here, not very successfully, is there is some updates. So situation, I'm gonna recap because this has been 2 days ago. 2 days ago I received a bill from the postal office, and it was the government, and basically what they were saying is I wasn't allowed to get unemployment because I did quit the job, which is not true. The company closed, they want me to relocate, but it wasn't obligated. They couldn't force a person to relocate. They can't force them, right? So now they want me to pay back $13,000, right? And the first day I was shook. I was absolutely shook because nobody expected that, right? And then on the second day, which was yesterday, still a bit pissed because again we called the government, but the government called, it went really well, and it was very helpful. Today we're doing so good, we're doing a lot better. Well, I'm a bit more confident about the case. I'm a bit more confident. I did some research online of similar cases. I know the law. This is the trick. I know the law, but I know people, right? And I know how they react. So what happened, what pushes this reaction, right? Not about understanding the situation, about understanding people involved in it, right? For example, two people fight, right? Now, one of them, you know, has a tendency to fight, and one of them doesn't have a tendency to fight. So you would be pushed to think that the one that has a tendency to fight is the culprit. Now you're assuming, but you're able to read the situation. If you're able to read the why, if you're able to read, it's classic. So it's the classic situation from Last of Us, where Joel kidnapped two people and he gave them both a map. It's like, circle this, and if you guys didn't, if you don't have the same answer, I'll kill you both, right? So then what happened is one of the guys doesn't want to give the answer, and then one of the guy give the answer. Now the importance isn't that he gave the answer; it's the importance was he was weaker, right? So that's good to read the situation. So I saw similar cases, I saw the people that were in it, right? What they did wrong, what they did right. So I'm a bit more experience with the case, or a similar case at least. Of course there's some problem, of course. Like for example, I went to my father's house yesterday, and I felt like he was willing to give up. He wanted to pay the bill, and ultimately speaking, I might have to pay the bill. But if I can avoid paying the bill, which is $13,000, which is money I don't have, and it's not because it's a lot of money. It's because I do not think personally. I don't think personally that I am guilty, or that I am at fault here. I don't believe that I am at fault. I believe that if I was to contest, I can guarantee a victory. But I would have at least a decent chance of going in, because I would know what I'm talking about. Versus, well, I'm just going in and I'm praying because this doesn't work, right? We did see the guys yesterday. Now, seeing the guys from work yesterday was nice to see them, but it was disastrous because, again, it's people and how they're feeling, right? So basically, this guy is mad, this guy is not mad, right? This guy wants to sue, this guy's like, no, what can we do? Who's willing to pay? Who can pay? That's also a problem. Not everybody. So because basically what happened is some people they took the 5 months, people they took the 9 months, which is the maximum by the way. So the amounts that they need to pay is different. So I have a $13,200 to pay, $13,300.02 to pay, right? One of my friends has $16,000, right? Another one has $12,800. But most of them have around 13 or 14,000, right? Let's say 13,500 just to be fair, right? So a lot of people, it didn't sound like I hope it doesn't sound racist, but it's so complicated because some of those guys, they don't speak French, don't speak English. So then I kind of know the situation because I used unemployment before, right? It's a system that is there to help you. But if you're from a different country, you might not know of it, and because you don't know of it, you're not going to take advantage of it. When I say taking advantage of it, I'm not saying taking advantage in the sense of defrauding the system or frauding the system, but this is a system that is there to help you. So it's your chance, it's your choice to accept the help or not, right? So then I have the situation of what I understand, but then I have this other guy who was explaining, and I'm like, dude, did you really explain what I'm saying, or do you explain what you wanted to say, right? And that's a big difference. But you know what? At the end of the day, it did well. You see, I had a hard time. It's nuts because whenever I'm taking a break from social media, it's rarely because I'm tired. It's most likely because I'm dealing with shit, right? I don't think I took it. I took a couple of breaks from social media, to be honest, a couple, right? But there was never a case, or there was never something in the optic of, hey, I'm just lazy, right? I just want to take a break, which is possibly bad. I don't think I've ever taken a day off just to take a day off. I always think it was for a reason in particular, which was mental health. And this one, this is odd because it is a mental health situation, because this is how you handle stress, you handle the situation. But it's also about having your chair and having my back on it is freaking phenomenal. Guys, I have no clue how good this feels. It's also the case of it's material. Like there's the original shock. Like when you think about it, in the 3 days, it's normal. The first day I received the bill, I'm like, holy shit, what am I supposed to do? Second day, I'm like, okay, well, let's try to figure out a solution, right? And now it's like the dust settled. I still owe the money, right? I'm still gonna contest it, but at the same time, and yesterday I was complaining because those guys, they were trying to help me, but by trying to help me, they really didn't help at the same time, because I was so much a confusion that you're like, dude, like this is we're going around in a circle, right? Or my father that wants to give up, or and my mom came in like a hero. She's like, pay the amount, and then if pay the amount right now, then we don't get interest, right? And then if we contest it, we're gonna be able, and they'll give you a reimbursement, right? And at the same time, yes, I think this is the best solution. But I had 3 people telling me or trying to help me in a different way, right? We called the government. We made every single we followed every single step we could, right? Which was important. But most of all, which is the absolute most important thing, is I had people having my back. Like, for example, I want to shout out Anna, you know who you are, but Anna was there and she was like, hey, you haven't been live today, what's going on? And it's funny because she was spamming me, because I usually answer, right? And I spam her a lot, so she's like, hey, and that made me laugh, so, and it's understandable that you have people in your life. And it's weird because you always think that you always have people in your life, right? I've had people in my life for a while. There's new people, right? So it's kind of complex, but in the same time it's not. So for example, I'm gonna take somebody like Janice, or I take somebody like Carl, somebody like Shao. I know them for years, right? Janice, I know him for the least, and I know him since July. I want to say 2023. Yeah, July 2023. The other day they know me, and it's friendship, so it's normal. But at the same time, it's not like I have to constantly prove myself to them. It's more a case of, oh, we know how you are, we know why you're reacting that way. It's okay. But with somebody new, you're like, okay, well, I'm still doing something good, right? People still, it's not because they know me, it's not because we're friends, it's because I do something right and you care, So that felt really nice. There's still the fact that we have a bit of cash, but even then, it's I'm really feeling good. I'm gonna do a live today. I'm gonna do a live because I have to go to my father's house for Easter. Then I'm gonna go to my mom's house for Easter. But it's what I'm hoping it's not is the 5 stage of grief, right? 5 stage of grief being denial, anger, bargaining, lethargy, acceptance, the 5 stage of grief. And if it is, then we're in bargaining. And if we aren't bargaining, that's bad. That's bad. Because bargaining is what? Bargaining is, well, the situation could be worse, could be better. Why is it bad? Because technically speaking, the next step would be lethargy, right? Lethargy is horrible. Lethargy is when you kind of give up, right? So that's bad. And then acceptance would be like, hey, there's no matter what, I'm gonna have to pay, so let's just pay. And again, I'm gonna repeat myself, I don't mind paying. I mind the fact that it wasn't honest, right? Now, you guys know me. I'm not the best listener, right? Got a pretty good case of ADHD. I got a case of ADHD. Where is it? Is the song of the Fallen Universe? I got a bad case of ADD, I've been this way since 93. I got a fucked up brain and a really bad attitude. Now blame it on the drug abuse. You don't want to be so close to me, cause you might see my broken heart. I am aware that I am an asshole. I really don't care about all of that though. I'm living my life the way you want to, cause you can deny that honestly I'm just like you. I'm gonna sing the whole song. That's actually pretty good, right? And if you were here for 12 minutes, you get a little bonus, so you're welcome. You're very welcome, actually. That's such a douche. But yeah, so of course it's something good, right? At the end of the day, bargaining would be seemingly, so in my opinion, right? Bargaining and acceptance are the better, because out of the 5 they're the most positive, right? But acceptance, I'm afraid of it, because I still believe that it's not normal that every single person that didn't take the job, every single person used in employment, and now every single person owes money, which is dumb. We were 9 yesterday at owe money, and we know the total we owed was 82,000, right? Now you think about it, right? And you start to paranoid, right? And then I don't know that's a state of grief. You start to paranoid. Then the first thought is, did I miss something, right? And then you remember what they were saying in the office. They were using a lot of illegal terms. Now, were they using legal terms because they were professional, or were they using legal terms to make sure that they didn't have to pay us? Now, also the second part I don't appreciate is I ended this place in the 29th March 2024. Technically speaking, we finished on the 30th, but we finished on the 30th because we went to a party, right? So the 29th, we finished, right? And now, I don't know if you guys are good at that, right? But now we're reaching the 18th of May. I got the bill on the 6th of April, right? So exactly a year later. Now, the maximum employment you can get is 9 months, right? So why wait until I have the whole cash? Tell me after a month, hey, you're not eligible. Please reimburse the month that you owe us. Don't wait until it's finished and then, oh, well, you owe 13,000, right? Because who has that kind of money? right? Now I'm lucky because it's like my parents, right? And even then, they'll lend me the money, and yes, I'll have to pay them back. But if you give me the choice between paying back my parents or government, I'm gonna pay back my parents, right? They're a bit more flexible with shit like that, and I'm guaranteed no interest, right? So we're doing good, we're doing better. It's not perfect, but we're doing better. So now we're letting the dust fall back. And the good part about letting the dust fall back is that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what we did. It doesn't really matter how it happens. It matters that people were there to help me. It mattered that we might find a solution. It mattered that the solution might not be the best one, but at least we find it together, right? I'd rather lose. And it's kind of crazy because that's when you understand the principle of teamwork, right? I don't mind losing if we're working together. If we're not working together, then I'm losing. And I'm losing so much more than just something. I'm losing because of I didn't get some help. I could have won, but I didn't trust anybody, right? Now, knowing that there's so many people behind me, and those people that are behind me, right? They're not gonna mind if I lose the case. They're not gonna mind if I lose the case. They're gonna say, well, you know what, you'll know next time. It's a big deal for the money. It's not a big deal that you make a mistake. People make mistakes, right? So those, but it doesn't matter the fact that they forgive me or not. They still showed up, right? And the fact that they show up means that you're doing something good. So we're trying to focus a bit more on the positive, and this is for not the positive. So there you go. This is the recap of what's going on. This is the third day, mental health, doing much better, and that is pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy, peace. Don't blink, it's your boy in Quote Commercial. Guys, doing well on this 17th April 2025. Today we're reviewing a movie. Today we're reviewing Blue Beetle with the guy, with Miguel from Cobra Kai and George Lopez. Sadly, I don't know the other person or the other people name. I know they're pretty famous. The bad guy, the villain. She's pretty famous. I don't know your name. I'm sorry. So Blue Beetle. I'm gonna be starting the review with some information that's gonna discredit me. I don't know if it's Marvel or it's DC. I'm gonna say DC because I do remember him talking to the Justice League, which is basically DC, right? It's like the Avenger of DC. So the movie itself is a mismatch for me. It's a mixed bag for me. I do think there's a lot of really cool scenes. The fighting is really well done. I really did like that movie. The action is fun. The principle of what you call it? The principle of look at this, the cloud. It's so nice. The principle of okay, well, we're together in this. The Latin heritage in the movie was a bit too cringe for me. It's like always like, oh, we're speaking Spanish, oh, what the Ray is, it felt a bit much for me, right? But at the same time, it's part of the heritage of Black Beetle, right? It's like Wakanda Forever. It's all about culture. It's all about, and that's something that we're missing, right? And ultimately speaking, I want to see a movie, even if I don't get the culture, even if I think that sometimes it's a bit cringe, I want to see something that they feel is representative of the culture, or because again, it's not Al Jordan, it's freaking Jamie Reyes. I remember the name, which is crazy. The fighting scene, really well done. Of course, the star of the show is Cobra Kai guy, but he has some training, so it's obvious. The fighting scene, there's a kind of parts that are also cringe. Like, for example, hey, look at my power, right? But then you have to remember that this is a superhero movie. And if I was a kid, I would fall in love with that. I would be in love with the fact that, oh, they're so cool. Now we don't have batteries, so I'm gonna have to go in and charge the phone. If you don't mind, of course. Take a couple of seconds, and then we'll do something else. I have a plan. I have a emergency solution. So the movie is great. I really did like it. When I was looking at it, it was a bit. Like I said, if I was like younger, I would appreciate more. There's some scene that I felt like, oh, do we really need this, right? But at the same time, the movie was good in itself. I really did enjoy the movie. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The fact that you have an armor, the fact that you're trying to get it's very cliche. Let's just say, oh, you get this alien technology. We saw this a million times, right? But then again, I feel, and as much as I fucking hate it, the fact that they're so close because like, all about family. It's like there's a reason why people made fun of Fast and Furious. I'm trying to look for the battery pack. Alright, okay, cool. There's a reason why people made fun of Vin Diesel's family. Because it's a bit cringe, and you hate it, but then you look back at the movie and like, yo, that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. What I really enjoyed was the mixture between George Lopez. I was born in the 90s, so I'm supposed to know the guy, but I don't know the guy. I think George did a really good job because he's funny. Nothing against the kid from Karate Kid. Is he super funny? He doesn't strike as comedian to me, right? I'm sure he's a good dude. I'm sure he's an incredible dude, but doesn't strike as comedian to me. I'm sorry if you're listening to this. My bad, dude. But we did really, really good. And once again, I think I was talking about Black Panther before, right? And people can say, oh, non-traditional white. But there is a truth to that, right? So we're seeing the culture, and I think it does a lot. So for example, Black Panther, right? It did so much for the culture in general because it was an all-black cast, right? I don't remember if there was a guy, possibly one or two white actor, but it was predominantly black actor, colored actor, right? So of course the culture of is gonna be put forward. I think it's just a really good thing. I think we need pieces like that, pieces that we really care about. We really care about. Like for example, the very memeable Wakanda Forever, right? It was sweet. It was sweet. It pertains to this country, right? I was watching it when I went to see Wakanda Forever. I was with my bro Shao and his nephew, which is I'm not gonna say his name because he's young and I don't want to, you know. But we went to the movie and he was saying like Wakanda Forever, Wakanda Forever, and I was like, wow, this is so cool, dude. And they're Filipinos, and the kid said to Shao, what is the Wakanda Forever for Philippine? And it was sweet because, you know, it's a different culture and you want to embrace it, you want to represent it. So it was really something cool to see. So great movie. Is it my favorite? Not really. It's good, but at the same time, I think one of my problem is when is that time that I saw a superhero movie and I actually enjoyed it. It's been a long ass time. You know, I think it's a genre. For example, right? Talk about Fast and Furious. Now, Fast and Furious. I'm not a biggest fan of Fast and Furious. However, I do think they're good movies, right? And if I was more of a fan of racing cars movie, maybe that would be my favorite movie, right? It's a different thing. It's a different thing. Okay, so now you're gonna get the battery. Okay, so perfect. We'll do both. Okay, perfect. Okay. So now, what we are gonna do is gonna switch phone. Needed to charge a little bit. We're good. So let's finish this. I have 2 more videos to do. Well, 3 more. So we have Judge Dredd to do. We have Judge Dredd. We have... I forgot the second one. What was the second one? Judge Dredd. I wrote it down. It's embarrassing. This is embarrassing. You were my everything. Superhero. Yeah, Triple X. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Oh. And we're back. And we're back. Sorry guys, I had to charge the phone. Okay. But I need to go sleep, dude. I have 2 more videos to do, so let's do them. Wizarding Wops are having a wonderful 18th of April 2025 or Saint Friday. Today we're doing a movie review. We are reviewing XXX State of the Union. So I am super excited to be reviewing this movie with you guys because this movie has a lot of importance to me. I think it aged disgustingly, but I'm going to be talking about that later on. So this is still very cool. So why is XXX so important to me? Well, you heard me talk about it in my review of XXX Xander Return. I have family that lives in very countryside. They live in the countryside of Canada, or of Quebec. Very countryside, and they don't have a lot of... it's like in the city, right? So I remember going to my cousins, which is my family there, and us being bored and watching a movie, and that movie was XXX. And we watched the movie, I don't remember if it was 4 times or 5 times, in the span of like a week, but I did watch it a lot. Now, the fun thing is, I didn't even know that The Return of Xander Cage was something that existed, but I knew that they did a second XXX, which is State of the Union. So I saw this, and I'm like, please mom, buy me the DVD, buy me the movie, right? And she's like, okay, no problem. So she bought me the movie, and then I have no clue because back then internet wasn't as commonly as it is right now. People didn't use Google on a daily basis. There wasn't even a touch screen phone. I'm talking about in the past. So I watched a movie, and I'm seeing Ice Cube. Now, I do know Ice Cube because I was listening to rap before, which was songs like Go to Church, right, with Ice Cube. And I see the movie, and I fall in love with the movie. It's still that breathtaking XXX. It's cringe, but back then there's no. Okay, I'll give you the emotion back then. Really good movie, really good scene. Love the Ice Cube. Love XXX. He wasn't there also. Just love the movie. It was the perfect amount of like he's a bad guy, but he still has some noble. It's the perfect. So you see, XXX to me is a representative of. It's not because Ice Cube didn't do a good job. It's because to me it's Vin Diesel. Now, call me crazy, but Vin Diesel in my mind, he is in XXX. He is 3 things. Need for Speed. He is Riddick, right? Okay, 2 things, whatever. It's possibly a 3 thing, but I'm forgetting because your boy need to go sleep. Coffee. So, let's move on. But I see Ice was like, okay, well, you know, it's kind of weird. But the movie in itself, and it's funny because Triple X City of the Union was a very, very special movie for me. And there's multiple reasons for that. We're talking about special as a kid or as a teen. I don't know how that was. That was special because I'm watching the movie, right? And then I'm watching the movie and sorry. I feel that I also have a bit of work on the computer to do. It's one of the first movie, if not the first movie, where I'm very interested in the in the soundtrack. So song like that, Death of Messiah, something like that, right? And I'm super into the soundtrack. So I also buy the first soundtrack. Now again, back in the days, it was before you could go on YouTube or shit like that. Oh, okay. Did it close? It did close. It was before you could go on YouTube and just type, hey, this soundtrack. So it wasn't super easy to do. You could go on Wikipedia. In Wikipedia, it would tell you like, hey, these are the songs that are there. You couldn't listen to it, right? So bought the album, bought the CDs, and that was basically why Triple X was so important to me, right? This is what this is. I cannot see shit because of the reflection. Now moving on, I see it on Netflix, and the sad thing with those movies is I watch them so often that I never want to see them again. You know, some of those best movies that I saw was movies that I saw so often I don't want to watch again. But then I saw it, so the movie sadly didn't age well at all. I still think it's a solid movie. There's still those feel-good moments where you feel like Ice Cube is a complete badass, but it aged very poorly. So there's a lot of fight scene that look choreographed, right? So for example, there's this famous scene, right, where he is fighting and he has the handcuff, right, and he's using the handcuff to fight. And I think we can see that he's really giving in the moment, and it doesn't feel as fluid. It feels rehearsed. When I say it feels choreographed, I mean it feels rehearsed, right? Now, ultimately speaking, the biggest problem of XXX is that it doesn't revolutionize anything. It does the same thing that other movie did better. So, for example, we have the FBI agent that's going against him, right? And then you're like, okay, well, why is this guy special? Well, this guy is kind of cool, he's kind of good looking, he knows how to fight. So, you know, he's a badass also. So it's a badass versus a badass. And even though the other guy's a badass, you're still willing to take it. You're still willing to it's nuts. It's nuts. You're still willing to say, okay, well, I want Ice Cube to win, right? Or when there's a lot of scenes that didn't age properly. So, for example, when he's gone out of the jail, right, and he goes in for a burger, right, which is supposed to be super funny, and it is because then he's pretending like, oh, dude, I need something that every man needs going out of jail. So you think he's trying to fuck. And I just want a hamburger with a milkshake. Now the problem with that is he goes to like 3 places, different places in the movie, and he's ordering burger, fries, and milkshake. So it's a running gag. It's a running gag for a movie. So for me, a running gag is funny when it's from a series, like for example Seinfeld, you know, in its 9th season, and not for a movie that's an hour and a half, because then it feels overused. XXX also, City of the Union, has a couple of problems, right? So for example, there's no consequences. There's never a case where he's close to dying. There's never a case versus in the first one where Vin Diesel, there's a lot of scene where he's supposed to die, you know? I haven't watched XXX in years. I can still tell you. And I'm being critical of the movie, but the only reason I'm being critical of the movie is because it meant so much to me as a kid. So I'm being critical because I'm like, dude, I grew up, I matured, this is what I would have loved, you know? If I didn't care, I would do a quick review like, hey, it's a good movie, go watch it, fuck it, you know? But from the first one, I can still remember there's a scene where there's a guy that smokes, right? And before that, there's a moment in the movie where he offers to smoke to Vin Diesel, and Vin's like, no, smoke's gonna kill you. And then he uses a rocket launcher that is heat-seeking, right? And you know, the guy has a cigarette, so he's taking the burning of the cigarettes. Now, does it make sense? No. But it's a badass moment. Now, with XXX, there's not a moment in the movie that I'm like, holy shit, that was really badass, right? So is that a problem? No, because most movies won't have something that's badass. But when you think about the action movie, you kind of want some badass scene, right? You kind of want to have badass fights. The characters themselves. So you got the nerdy guy, which we have anyone. So my main problem is the antagonist is gonna be super badass. The villain's gonna be a super badass, right? And then you have this nerd, right? The best part is possibly Gibbons, which is Samuel L. Jackson, and Ice Cube, because there's a relationship of I don't like you, but we're similar. We're both soldiers, right? Now another problem is you can right away tell that William Dafoe is the bad guy. You can tell him in the first scene, right? Now, ultimately speaking, this doesn't matter because they'll tell you in the movie. It's not like a big spoiler, like, oh my god, at the end he wasn't a good guy, he was a bad guy. You know it soon enough. It's still, I shouldn't be able to see the first scene in which William Dafoe is. You can tell that he's a villain. Now, I don't gonna say ink for the movie, kind of new. I haven't seen the movie in 10 plus years, guys. In plus 10 years. I'm gonna say like minimum 15, right? So I don't know. But still, it did bother me a little bit, right? Now, ultimately speaking, I think that in most movies, right, you know the villain in advance, and you know the villain, like, you know what, it doesn't bother me, as long as the villain does a good job, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much my review. I might be harsh, but this movie was meant so much to me when I was younger, and this is why. So, on that note, I love you guys, take it easy, peace. Don't blink, it's your way. Welcome to the Culture Show. Kevin Meanwhile, this 18 April 2025. You can see the beautiful sun behind me. We're enjoying. I got to videos death before we go to sleep. Your boy is tired. Let's finish this in a beautiful note with a movie review, which is Judge Dredd. Now, ultimately speaking, I know it's another movie that is loved. I know a lot of people didn't like the movie. I actually really like the movie, and we're gonna be talking about why I like the movie, what it meant to me, and why I think it's a pretty good piece of content. So, I feel like a lot of people that don't like the movie are Judge Dredd fan. I'm not. I don't know who he is. I have no clue who it is. I know he's a character of a comic, right? But I don't know much more about it. I know also that there's a movie with Sylvester Stallone who does a better job at showing up who's the Judge Dredd, right? And I know that this version is better. So this is kind of like a remake or like a retcon or whatever you want to call it, right? Now, ultimately speaking, there's a lack of when it comes to the story, it's a bit comme ci comme ça. So the Judge Dredd, he's stoic, he doesn't have emotion, so he feels very much like a soldier type, right? He had a couple of badass scenes, right? He had a couple of badass scenes, which is okay, but nothing great, right? I think where the movie shine, however, is the Rookie. So he's with a person, and she has psychic ability, so it's a kind of cool thing to see the power of Dredd, because D just in itself only has like a gun, and when he has a gun, he's pretty powerful, but when he doesn't have the gun, you know. So the Rookie in it and herself, she's a lot more entertaining. Mama, she does the actor that plays Mama does a really good job at playing the character. You can tell that she's a villain. The movie is violent. You can tell that she's a psychopath. Like, for example, she has this guy who take care of the computer things, and she has a knife to his belly. So you can really buy it that he's afraid. So in some cases, it's a good acting from both characters, but you really feel like Mama, because this character, he has a couple of good scenes versus Mama, that every single scene that she does is good. The acting in the movie was really good. But I think what is really important to see here is that we got a post-apocalyptic world where it's freaking building, and the whole building is, you know, a city. So it's kind of cool because you're seeing how people survive. There's criminals, there's judge who are the source of justice, right? There's also corruption. So it's a very human movie. It's a really good movie that I strongly suggest. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the last video of today. Because I'm doing well on this 18 April 2025. Happy St. Friday. I know it's a better word for it, but I don't know what it is, so we'll call it St. Friday. You can see the sun is rising behind us. Doesn't matter. We've been up since 4 yesterday. It is 9 o'clock right now, so about 13 hours. This is the last video of the day though, so I'm a bit tired. Doesn't even matter. Subject of the day, communication, and how it is still hard for me. I think I talked about this subject multiple times before, right? But I'm going to keep on talking about it and possibly do very similar videos until I fix it, because it has to be something that is a current event or team or concept. Even concept. I think concept is the perfect word actually in my psyche or my mental. Right now, there's multiple reasons as to why. The first reason as to why is very simple. I've had a problem this week. So 3 days ago, something happened. If you guys know, you know. If you don't know, it's a big deal. But it's nothing that I'm not gonna recover from. It's something that can easily be solved. It's gonna take some time. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal because it's a large amount of money. So we owe the government a lot of money. We owe 13,000 to the government, right? And it's, you know, I was sad. That's why I haven't been live, right? And can I film, please? Thank you. The bird left, which is crazy. Look at this nice. Can you see it on the fence? It's a beautiful bird. It's a beautiful bird. Hirondelle. And then again, I wasn't able to talk about it. I wasn't able to say, hey, this is why I'm not gonna go. Now, ultimately speaking, I'm super lucky because there's some people that reached out and really talked to me like, hey, what's up? Why are you doing that? Or why are you sad, right? And I was able to talk about it. But if those people weren't forthcoming or not insisted, but made the first move, I guess, I would not talk about it. And it is a problem because I don't have a problem with communication when it comes to a little subject, right? So tip of the iceberg type shit. But the tip of the iceberg is great only. I'm so tired. I'm hearing fucking noise that are not happening. So the tip of the iceberg doesn't serve purpose, right? And ultimately speaking, and I'm saying this is possibly too much information, but it's not genuine. So it's not genuine at all. So for example, I'm not doing well. I'll say, hey, there's a nice weather outside, right? It's a really nice weather outside. And like, yeah, it is. And then like, why is he telling me this? Because the guy's not doing okay, right? So he's pretending like he's doing okay, and because he's pretending like he's doing okay, he's gonna say, hey, what I saw outside, instead of saying, can we talk? I have this problem. And ultimately speaking, it's a lot easier to just, you know, not avoid subject. It's just easier to do that. But then, the easiest way out isn't always the right way. And there's sacrifices to be made. There's sacrifices to be in multiple ways, more than one. You should be able to talk to people, you know. And again, most people won't care about the problem. That's fine. But I have not been able to talk about it. It's one thing that I'm able to say that people don't care. Another thing, if people care and I cannot say it, you know, I can blame them. I don't want to blame myself, because if I blame myself, then I'm the part of the issue. I'm the root of the issue, and we have to cut the roots, right? So yeah, so communication, and it's always been a problem, right? You get to that when I'm speaking fast, I'm either nervous, right, or my ideas are jumbled up. I'm seeing a lot with my father right now. He's stuttering a lot, and he keeps on saying that he's tired, but I think it's a lack of confidence. Because again, he's not working anymore, so he doesn't have the same purpose as he used to, and that possibly mine, like a miner. Mine is confidence in himself, right? So yeah, that sucks. But at the same time, that's him, So with communication, I think it's important because imagine, right? Somebody has you, and I have wonderful people that are there for me. I've been so impressed with the amount of people that are there for me. But at the same time, and I was honest with them. I was honest. I say, hey, this is the problem, right? At the same time, if they hadn't reached out, I would have not talked about it, right? So it's not really a victory. It's more so like, hey, a teamwork, which is great. I love teamwork, but you're not always in a team, right? Teamwork cannot be a replacement or the only solution to every single big problem. Because if it is, then when you're gonna be alone, you're fucked, right? And proper French. So I've been having problems with communication, right? And even like last week, I was talking to my mom and I was talking about the problem, and she kept on calling me on telling me to calm down and just relax and don't talk fast. And ultimately, she's right. I shouldn't stress. But the reason why I was stressing is because she told me 4, 5, 6 times I'm getting angry, right? And then I got mad and I told her stop saying that. But then I was rude about it, right? I didn't mean to be rude. And instead of just the first time saying, okay, I understand, please, I waited until I had this overflowing cup. And now I'm overflowing, the cup is overflowing, and there's a water damage everywhere. And like, hey, what happened? Well, the cup was overflowing. And then people are like, yeah, why did you let it overflow? I don't know. Communication is super important, and it's something that I'm learning. For example, we did a video this winter, right, where I had this person who well, even last week, right, I had this girl who, she asked me to come up, right, in a TikTok live, and I said yes to her before, but then I was like, in my mind, I was like, I don't want to have the same people over and over and over and over again, because then it's not my content, it's our content, and I've been working so fucking hard, right, so I told her no, and then she got mad at me, right, and I'm gonna be honest, this girl, we're not really close, right? She's a nice person, but we're not close. Like if it wasn't for the live, we wouldn't talk. And there's also this understanding, and again, it doesn't come from my understanding, come from her saying that she's bored. She doesn't really care about the content, she's just bored. And again, I don't think that I'm not forcing you to care about the content, but it's not because you're bored that, the world is yours. So yeah, so we had to tell her no, or again, 3 months ago, I'm sorry. There was this girl, right, and she wanted to talk every single day. And the truth is, by then I was working a lot. I was working a lot for the content, filming 5-6 hours a day, plus the video games, right? And she wanted to talk every single day. I didn't know her. And I'm like, hey, after a couple of days, I'm like, hey, I don't know you. And she blocked me, and I felt bad about it, but I could have just pretended. I could have just ignored. I could have stopped answering. I could have blocked her, I just thought the right thing to do was to be honest. So communicating is still very much a problem. Understanding when you're talking too much, understanding when you're saying something hurtful, Communicating, the fun thing with communicating is, there's 2 forms of communication. There's monologue, right? And there's dialogue, right? And now we're doing a monologue, which we're good at. But dialogue, there's also this understudy of society. So I'm talking to this person, this is how they react. I'm going to change my approach to them versus how they react. So for example, you're not going to tell someone that's aggressive, fuck you, right? You might think it, but you're not going to say it because you're going to get angry, right? Now, does it mean that you should tell someone that's not aggressive, fuck you? No, it doesn't mean that, right? But understanding that this is a nucleus versus a genesis. Nucleus, which is an explosion, a genesis, which is the birth of something, right? Like I said last week, I was looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking for more friends, right? So we're talking with a lot more people, and a lot more different people. Now, technically speaking, I might have a girl. I don't know how she feels about me, but I really like her. I think she does. She likes me too, but I don't know. And with communication, it's important, right? It's important because then again, why don't I know how I feel about it? I feel about it because I didn't ask her, right? I didn't ask her because I don't know how to ask her. Why did I don't know how to ask her? Because I don't know how to communicate. Understand? It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious circle also. So yeah, so communication. And what I was talking about, a monologue and dialogue. And a monologue is so simple because you don't want to watch this video, just change videos, right? But the dialogue, you're actually talking to this person. You're having a conversation, right? And even yesterday, I was going to apply to places, right? And I was talking to the secretary. And I tried to make a conversation with her, but she would answer me with 1 or 2 word answer. And then in the moment, I was like, she doesn't care. Why are you trying to talk to her? So I stopped. Was the right thing to do? No. Was this what she wanted? Yes. Did it matter in the end of the day? No, but she still did the right thing, Some understanding people in communication. But then it's also a circle. It's also a cycle, because how can I understand people if I don't talk to them? Am I supposed to observe and say, okay, well, I think he's like that? No, you're supposed to talk to them. You're supposed to have confirmation. Once again, this person feels that way about the subject, right? I'm not going to talk about somebody that had a miscarriage. She had a miscarriage. I'm not going to talk to her about abortion. Doesn't make any sense. But if I don't know that she had a miscarriage and I talk about abortion and I can hurt her feelings, even though it's not, I don't want to hurt her feeling, that could happen, right? And that's a bad thing. That's a really bad thing. So how do you fix that? Well, you're pretty much obligated to be more aware of the situation of your surrounding. That includes communication, right? Also, this is really tough because my father's been talking a lot about renovation. And I just don't give a fuck, That's not my type of things. I don't have interest in that. But still, it makes him happy, so you're supposed to be listening to other people and it makes them happy. He doesn't care about the content I create. They talk about it, So it's complex. It's complex. It's the way of society is living in society. It's living together. It's cohabitation, right? Versus isolation, right? I think we're becoming more and more hermits versus nomad, right? And as an hermit, you don't have to do socialization. As a nomad, you have to work together, right? Now, the biggest fear with that is if you don't learn to communicate, it's not a big deal, right? The biggest fear with that is generation after generation after generation after generation after generation is always going to go down and down and down and down and down and down and down, right? To the communication. So, as for example, as we saw years ago, about decades ago, people knew their neighbor's name. They knew the neighbor's name, right? If hey, this is him, they knew the kid's name. I swear to God, and this is my time. I give you guys my word. And I used to, when I was at my father's house, right? We had 2 neighbors, and God bless them because they were nice people. But God bless them because we always had the same fucking neighbors, right? And we had Bobby Lee's, which are our sweetheart. Bob died recently, so rest in peace, Bob. He was a really, 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 really nice guy, really nice guy. And Lee's also, she's an amazing woman. Then we had Jean-Claude and Claire. Claire, she's crazy. She was hard to deal with, but Jean-Claude was a fucking sweetheart, you know. And my father, he was able to talk to them almost on a daily basis, just like, hey, how are you, you know? And then he has a new neighbor because they both left. They're both older, right? Again, I'm 32 years old, right? So at 32 years old, if you bought your house at 30 and I wasn't born, it's still that you're retired, right? And now he has neighbors, right? And now those neighbors, they're new, and they put a binder to have privacy. And it offended my father, right? It offended him. And in my mind, I'm like, dude, if you want to put a binder, what's the problem? You have a girlfriend, talk to her. You don't need to talk to the neighbors. Talk to your girlfriend, right? But then I realized that he isn't wrong. What he does, what he's trying to say is, those are not the way we used to do things, right? And then what I'm trying to say is, there's gonna be a time where we're so unequipped to deal in society, right? So for example, right, and again, this is too much information, but like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, I was looking for someone, right? And of all places, don't ask me why, I went to Reddit. So I had to download Reddit for something. So I was a small YouTuber. It was fun. That was really fun. And then I was also looking for relationship and things like that, right? And I did a Google search of how to know she's into you. Now my old algorithm was about relationship, right? So I go on Reddit and I'm starting to see single near me, but not the ads where it's a fucking porn star, and oh, she's single, she's next to you, right? No, real people. Ads like a Facebook marketplace. They were selling themselves, and when I'm saying selling themselves, I mean in the most beautiful ways. Hey, this is what I look like. This is me. Here's around. This is my town. Here's my likes, my hobbies, and ultimately speaking, of course, there's this. It's complex because there is this need. So you're not communicating because you want to. You're communicating because you need something, which is the relationship, right? But at the same time, people put themselves out there, and some of those, of course, some of those were very minimalistic, but some of those were fucking virtuals, right? And they knew exactly how to describe themselves. Ultimately, it's not their first posts, right? They possibly did better. They possibly learned from their mistakes, right? But it's still something that was beautiful. And ultimately speaking, this is a form of communication, right? And again, this is my own perception. This is not the truth. But you think that you're a good narrator. You think you're a good talker. But then you're seeing how simple it is for Dan to describe himself. And then, like, okay, well, I was looking for a girl. Now we found one. I'm not sure. We're looking for a girl. And now all of those people, they have this complete intro. This is me. This is my hobby. This is my like. Blah 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 blah. Respectfully. So then you're like, okay, well, this is how you do it, right? So I go on my profile. Hey, my name is X. I'm X. I live in the region of X. And then you have a writer's block. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you ask yourself the question. It's because I don't know myself, right? No, I do know myself. Thank God I know myself. And because you're not able to verbalize the person that you are, that's when you understand how little talent you have in communication, right? And ultimately speaking, right? I'm going back to the relationship because, again, something that's really, really nice that I'm really grateful for right now. But as I told you guys, when I was younger, I was never complimented. I didn't have a relationship before later in life, right? Why does this stop? This always stop recording. What the heck? What the heck? 27 minutes? Okay, not bad. There you go. This is the same video. Perfect. This is perfect. Okay. So then, was I saying? Yeah. So as a kid, I never had to deal with a girlfriend, right? And yes, I had friends, but those friends were more often than not school friend. So when we're at school, we're friends. I'm not friends with you outside of school, right? So the girlfriend, the same thing, right? And then you realize that you have this like kind of weakness, right? Yeah, this weakness, and like, not sure what to do, right? And then you realize that life goes on. You change the way you look, right? You get more confident because of the video, and then you're starting to have girl interest in you. And of course, it all comes at the same time, and they're interested in you, and they want to get to know you, blah 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 blah, respectfully. And then you're like, okay, well, I had this amazing girl in front of me, right? I have this amazing girl in front of me. She's interested in me. I don't know what the fuck to tell her, you know? And that's a problem. It's not a problem because you didn't know how to talk to her. It's a problem because you didn't know how to communicate this one time, this two time, right? Somebody that asks you, hey, how do you feel? You don't know how to describe how you're feeling. I don't know. It's just an odd thing. It's just a really odd thing. Anyway, enough communication for now. I'm going to sleep. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.